The first round of the 2026 NBA draft was spectacular. There were some surprise picks. There were some picks where we knew players were going where they were going, and then there were just some reaches. So we're going to get into all of that, but the cool thing about this draft, and my favorite part, is that multiple teams had multiple first-round picks. So these teams got to bolster up their roster by getting a package of picks. So I want to go ahead and not only talk about who got the best package and the best roster upgrade amongst the teams that have multiple picks, but I also want to talk about which teams really won the first round. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from 1 through 30 and grade every pick and just talk about what each pick looks like on each team and on each roster, what these players mean, if they mean anything. Before we get into anything, fellas, I want to give you the floor just to kind of give me your overall thoughts on the first round of the draft. Talk to me, y'all.
Exciting.
Chill. The Knicks parade was only 7 days ago. we already had the draft and
literally,
and things are already getting crazy. It's crazy
literally.
how quick the league moves, man.
I like that kid that they drafted, but they ended up trading him. The Spanish kid, he looked really good with the highlights. I know that the highlights. Yeah, I know the highlights are tricky.
Oh,
yeah.
The highlights look good, guys.
Yeah, I know the highlights. I know the highlights look tricky, Mars. Yes, but he looked like he could shoot the thing. But the Knicks ended up passing on him. So they I get that. This kid Carr,
he's going to Dallas too. Chill.
Yeah, and
it's little pieces like that. Like if he can translate, that's something for Cooper Flagg. Like him, and I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the other picks or one of the other picks that they made at 9. We'll get around to that, but he's a pick that if he can translate a point guard, that could be big for Cooper Flagg.
At the least, he could be a floor spacer because he looks like he can shoot it. He definitely looks like he can stretch the defense, so that could help. I mean, the Lakers picking this kid Carr, the athleticism definitely translates in the family. I don't know if y'all noticed, but his father, Chris Carr, used to play in the NBA. He used to play for Minnesota. He actually was the starting 2 guard for the Bulls after Jordan retired. So, I mean, I don't want to have to follow him. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be that dude, but like he could play, Ron. Yeah, like his father could play.
And now his son about to be the starting 3 guard for the Lakers after LeBron retires.
Damn. How about that, Ron? Like bullshitting. Mars, you and I had this conversation, and I was almost right. The Warriors pass on a day, but they take the other big kid from Michigan, Yaxel. I think that works for them. I do. So you get a 6'9" versatile forward who can finish with both hands. I like his 15 to 18 foot game. The 3 there's more to be desired there. Defensively, I mean, we got some things to work with him. I think he could be a centerpiece to what they're doing. I like the fact that he's really good in transition. I think he fits their style of play, and I think he's a guy that they can definitely build around in Golden State.
I agree. Well, build around that, but like I think he's a good pick. The draft kind of went how I expected until the 9th pick. That was the one that was like, oh, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But you expected Dusty to get one of his guys, though, right?
Yeah, I had them getting a Michigan guy. I didn't know which one it was going to be, or I had them trading down to get 2 of the Michigan guys. That was kind of what I was envisioning.
Yeah.
Personally, well, we're going to get to it, grading each pick. I thought, based on what I knew of the draft, I thought they could have traded down and still got Morez Johnson. But maybe the Bucks were eyeing him at 10, and like maybe because I'm assuming they do all of this compensating, so they obviously have more information than me. So maybe they thought he was going to be off the boards, and that's why they took him where they did. But it was a surprise to me for sure. That was the first surprise of the draft for me, and then the biggest thing that shocked me was how far LeBaron Philon fell. I didn't expect him to fall all
Philly, yeah.
I did not expect him to fall. I knew there was the doubts of like his size at the NBA level. He's like 6'3", 6'4", 180 maybe. So like I can understand teams having their doubts about like the small slim guards and like their translation. Obviously Rob Dillingham getting drafted number 8 a couple years ago.
Sure.
Reed Shepherd has struggled right now at the NBA level. So you could go down the list, but I feel like 22 is so obviously worth the upside swing that even if it doesn't work out for Philly and you have Maxi and VJ anyway, it's like, okay, cool. No real like risk there. And if it does work out, you just make every other team look stupid because the talent, I think, is extremely high. So,
and I could get with that, Mars. I'm the guy that to your point you dropped on that LeBaron. I don't know. I'm a little bit older, but when the leading scorer, leading rebounder, leading assist man, and leading block man, and the defensive player of the year, and the Big East player of the year is still on the board at 24, that's still blowing my mind, Mars. Because when I grew up, that dude goes, he ain't on the board past 4. He's a top 5 pick in the draft. So when this kid from St. John's is still on the board at number 24, and I'm thinking, yo, he led St. John's in points.
Ejiofor? You talking about
yes.
Ejiofor?
He led St. John's in points, rebounds, blocks, and assists. He was the Big East player of the year and the defensive player of the year in the Big East. I'm thinking to myself, when I was growing up, that dude is the number 3 pick in the draft. He's a lottery pick. He's a guy who we building our unit around. Meanwhile, he's dropping all the way to 24. I mean, the Hawks steal him at 24, and I think he's going to help them too. I think he can help them in their half-court offense because he can pass, just like Jalen Johnson can pass, because that's a problem for them. The biggest problem that the Hawks have, which I do think that I do like the fact that they took Fleming. So, Mars, I'm going to have to concede. I think we now move Dyson to the wing, take the ball out of his hands, and we put the ball in Fleming's hands. Yes, we give Fleming the ball, and we take Dyson. Because my original thought was, if we turn him, you paid him, let's turn him into a lead guard. He's shown me that he could get downhill. He showed me that he could knock down a shot when he was with Trey. The problem is that when he has to do it full time, not so much. No, not so much when he has to do it full time. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. We all knew the Bucks were taking Nate Ament, so there was no. The only surprise was that they didn't take him at 10.
Yeah,
so,
I thought he was going at 10.
Yeah. So you know what? They took Braden Burries, who's kind of like the safe pick. Like he's not. No one really thinks he's going to be like a star, but he's also not going to be bad. Like he's going to be a good NBA player. That's the vision.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then they
high level role player.
Yeah. But they took their swing on Nate Ament at 13. I still think it's a bad pick, but if it works out, it works out.
I'm not mad at what the Bucks did, Mars.
You better be right about Kareem Lopez. Now that he's on my Demon Boozer's team, you better.
No. Boozer's on his team now.
Yeah,
that was a good night for Grizzlies.
You better be right.
Ron, I didn't know he was that big. First of all, I did not know he was that big.
6'9". Yeah, you better be right. I'm praying you're right.
But, I don't understand why Detroit moved off of him. though. I think he could really help them.
No, I think Corey is great for them.
Corey
is like Jaden Ivey, but like way better. Yeah. Like, so the idea of what Jaden Ivey was meant to be for them, they got that, in my opinion, with a Corey. Could be able to defend at the NBA level. He's obviously a smaller guard, but Cade makes up for that with him being a really big guard. Extreme first step, can get downhill, can get to the rim, can make shots. If a Corey works out, which I think he can, I'm pretty sure he will, at least in some capacity. I think Detroit got a good pick. And also, I waited till Penn was here. Shout out to Oklahoma City, man. Shout out to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Them getting Bennett Stirtz.
What is happening?
The rich get richer. Yeah. The rich get richer.
That's damn near a cheat code.
What's going on?
Them dudes just win.
That's crazy.
They just know how to win on draft night.
Yeah.
They just I don't know what it is. They just make it work.
My sneaky one for the night was actually Charlotte. I thought that Steinbach and
Christian Anderson.
And I think Christian Anderson's probably the best shooter in the draft. So consecutive years they probably got the best shooter in the draft with Knipple last year, and then on the offensive glass next year with Diabate and Steinbach, they're going to be hell for anyone. So I thought they were a sneaky good winner yesterday that probably flew under the radar. The first round was just so good. There were so many teams that got better.
I liked Charlotte my early winners. That was the way I said. I think they've committed to their identity as well. That's what it is.
I thought they had a good night. I thought they had a good night. I thought Chicago had a good night. I thought the Spurs taking a swing on Jaden Quaintance had a good night as well. That they had a good night.
Ron, I don't know why, but Ron loves him. This Quaintance kid, Ron loves him.
The upside is just so.
I mean, the ups, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's a big swing because of the health concerns. But if it works out, Wemby and Quaintance in your front court means teams are just not going to score on you. So
Chill, there was one guy in the whole world that might have been able to shut down Wemby, and he currently plays for the Spurs. So there you go.
I'm not doing that, but okay.
No,
Day's got no chance?
I promise you, this dude is like built in a lab. He's probably the second best defensive prospect I've ever scouted in my life,
behind Wemby,
behind Wemby. Yeah, 6'10", can switch on
7'5"
perimeter, 7'5" wingspan, can move with guards, envelop wings, erase shots at the rim. There's a lot of red flags offensively and health wise, but defensively, this is not close. This guy should have been top 10 pick if he was healthy. But the if healthy part is big. But Jaden Quaintance is amazing. And you know what? Before the Terrace Reed pick, the Spurs have picked my best player available for 3 straight years. So every single year.
so let's pray for Swiper. Swiper lost the night badly.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was going to.
Swiper lost the night bad.
Wait. Can you outline how he lost the night?
down
I really don't know.
Well,
It starts
can I
with
rewind
his
it for you?
glorious goat, Darius Acuff, going to the Kings.
I'm sorry.
That was L number 1. I even had to turn on the stream to see what Swiper was talking about. Swiper had to go take a break. That's how upset he was after that. It then ends up with his second goat, Cameron Carr, going to the team he despises the most, the Lakers. 2 picks before the Nuggets pick. So that made it even worse. So that was unfair. And then they draft someone, and then they end up getting rid of the player they drafted, and now they have no one. So the Nuggets leave with no one. Cameron Carr goes to the team he hates the most, and Darius Acuff goes to the Kings. Swiper had possibly the worst night imaginable for anyone involved in the draft.
Yeah.
It was tough.
I just want to let y'all know that at pick 19, when the Toronto Raptors picked Allen Graves, Swiper was in my comment section being like, yes. And I told him to go to hell. Straight up.
I also turned on your stream when Allen Graves went. I wanted to hear what you guys were talking about.
Yeah. So immediately Swiper jumps in with the victory lapping, and I knew what he was doing, because Swiper, you got to be smart, right? Swiper's like 2-3, he's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. So he's like, yes, and it's like it's plausible deniability, right? He could just be like, yeah, we're just celebrating the Allen Graves thing, but you know what he's saying yes for? He's saying yes that the Toronto Raptors reach for an analytics darling that can't jump over a phone book, and Cameron Carr might be there. And I told him straight up at that point, I'm like, I know what you're doing. Go to hell. I guarantee you, Cameron Carr is not going to be there at your pick. So, not wrong early. But,
I think that
I was mad Toronto got Allen Graves. I wanted him in Memphis at 21, but I guess it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, we'll talk.
I don't know,
Are you
Mars.
okay with that? Are you okay with it? You okay with it, Penn? The pick?
So I went as high as 13 on Allen Graves. I ended up with him at 19 or 20 on my first big board, and then I ended up dropping him to 23 on my second big board. I completely get it, and if it works out, holy crap, people are so wrong about this guy. But if it doesn't, I mean, whatever. The Raptors really wanted Bennett Stirtz.
Wait, who's wrong about him though? Like, what are people saying about him?
People are saying that he doesn't have the athleticism to function at the NBA level. People are saying that he played at a lower level with the WCC at Santa Clara. People are saying his numbers dropped off a little bit.
J-Dub went to Santa Clara. Steve Nash went to Santa Clara. I ain't listening to that shit.
Yeah, different eras, different players. But, like a 6'9" guy whose numbers dropped off against, top 100 competition. But,
Bill Russell came out of the West Coast Conference too, by the way.
Yep.
National championship
before my parents were born, but it's there. Look, what I'll say is a 4.9 steal percentage and a 4.9 block percentage. I don't care if you do that in D2. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to say about like what do you believe about the numbers, but honestly, my eyes tell me he's a really good basketball player. So, I'm happy.
Really good offensive rebounder as well. Like he does everything that analytics want. Like he's a
13.8 boxes minus as a freshman.
His spreadsheets are really good. He gets offensive rebounds. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's a solid passer. Gets steals, gets blocks, knocks down threes. Not a very versatile shooter, but makes his open threes. Like he does
shooter, by the way.
he does everything the analytics would lead to. Like,
honestly, he's really productive for his minutes. Like he didn't play a ton of minutes, and it's always like, for the per game people, they're like, 11 points per game. Yeah, 29 points per 100 possessions. Like let's look at this objectively and scale it out to other players. Now, I just don't think he was in great shape. He was a little bit injured to the end of his year, but I think Alan Graves is going to be a really good basketball player, man. I think people are sleeping on it. Someone said to me like, "Oh, isn't this George Niang?" I'm like, "Sure, George Niang." Okay, so George Niang plus 50% boost on rebounding, 50% boost on defense, and 50% boost on passing is not George Niang. Okay, this is not George Niang. It's a supercharged Jorge Garbajosa. But honestly, my best comp for him is like 6'8" Fred VanVleet.
I think this kid
Best defender ever. Like really,
y'all got a good development system.
Oh,
anyway,
okay. My bad.
They are doing something up in Toronto in terms of
I put stock
yes,
into that for sure.
Yeah, I can get with that because the one thing that Toronto you guys have done up there is you have done a good job in turning guys into players. That's why the Murray Boyles pick, I did like that. And with this kid from Santa Clara, like what I didn't know, isn't he one of the older rookies or is he a young guy?
Alan Gray.
No, he only played
19.
Yeah, he was a freshman.
Yeah,
so he was a kid.
Well, he's
Okay,
20 today. But yeah.
Okay, so all right.
Oh, happy birthday.
So that means that you could turn this guy into a player. We got some time with him. Not that we don't have time with a 22-year-old, but you got time with him too. I think you got more time with him. I think the Nuggets made a mistake passing on that kid Reed, trading him, because I think he could really help them. I do. I think that I know how you guys feel about that kind of player, but when I watch him, I'm thinking Andre Drummond, except he could be a better offensive player. That's what I'm thinking. I think he could be a glass cleaner in the NBA. I think he could be a force around the rim. But I also think that he could be one of those players where he can be respected in the mid-post. He could be respected in the mid-range where you now make him a part of your offense even more than just an offensive rebounder and an extra possession guy. And I think that really could help Denver. I think they made a mistake passing on him.
It was one of those drafts where in years looking back, a lot of teams might regret that they didn't have a first round pick, even at the latter stages of the first round.
Well, yeah, Phoenix traded in.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot
like
of teams
who
like
they
that.
got, but they traded in at least. So.
You don't like Koa?
No, I do not like Toby Owaka. No, I do not.
Yeah.
That's a hometown pick too. I like it from the storyline. Like he
could play.
Yeah, I like it. I like
grew up in Phoenix, went to Arizona.
I have my reservation.
Local kid.
What's your issue with him, Miles? What's the problem?
The form is crazy, by the way.
He shoots like
it's
crazy.
He's a very undersized big, basically, who can't shoot, and you're basically asking him to be like. He's basically their second Oso Iguodala.
No.
He is like he's strong, which is the big difference from Oso Iguodala. But in terms of undersized big who can't shoot, but is like a high IQ, high feel player, they've just got Oso Iguodala part 2. Oso can also jump. The difference is one is strong and one isn't.
What's the difference?
Functionally, they are the same. Like they're the same archetype of player, just with different athletic skills. But they are the same archetype of player. In my opinion.
Is he, in your opinion, Miles, when you watch him, what's the difference between him and the kid from Auburn last year, Broom?
Oh my, okay, no. Janai Broom is genuinely not an NBA player.
Okay, I want to make sure.
Just unfunctional.
Koa P is one jump shot away from being potentially a lottery pick in this draft.
Penn isn't lying about that.
He was supposed to be.
No, I agree. I agree with that as a premise. I don't agree with that justifying.
Okay, look, with a true freshman who dominated physically, especially against prospects that were like he stands out. I'm gonna be honest. If Yaxel stands out, he stands out. Okay, every time you watch him play, it's like, okay, there's 9 guys and there's Koa P, and he is moving at a different pace and he looks different than these guys. Now the jump shot is weird. He shot 35% at Arizona, and quite frankly, I've been
35% at what on jump shots?
3.
Oh, okay.
He shot 35%.
He barely shot.
Very low, low volume, funky form. Okay. And the form has always had issues, and he's been tinkering with it. I think he needs a new trainer. I'm gonna say this. I mean, I have a lot of respect for NBA trainers, but I watched him working with his trainer. Either he's not listening, or his trainer is just out to lunch. He needs a new trainer because he has made his jump shot worse. His pro day was horrible. His combine.
Sometimes you want to make things worse before they get better.
I mean, in theory, but with jump shots. I mean, shit, like you don't want to be restructuring your jump shot as you go into the NBA. Unfortunately, he's tinkered so much. This has like Markelle Fultz weird potential without the injury concern. But from what I understand, it's a good kid. He's a solid high motor guy, high character guy. And honestly, he's landed in the best possible spot for him, right? that coaching staff knows how to use this type of player. I don't. The
Because they've
reason
used
that,
Osa.
well,
Take a swing
no,
at 30. Why not?
I think him and Oso can play together. That's the crazy part. He has great cut synergy. Oso's a great passer. Like, I think they can play together. That high-low, type of feed. It has. Okay, this is going to sound really crazy. Jokic, Aaron Gordon. Like, there's bits and pieces of that. Like with Oso running dribble handoffs and Koa running behind the paint. And it's like, if you get enough spacing, between Gillespie and Devin Booker and some shooters around that. Like, I really like what the Phoenix Suns are doing. Like, I mean, there's like 5 or 6 teams that really know what they're doing in the draft. Phoenix Suns are really one of them. Like, they've been doing a really good job over the last 4 years in assembling, like,
I agree,
high IQ, unobvious talent. Like, everyone can hit on AJ DePonsa and Darren Peterson, but like getting Oso Ighodaro right, that's hard. Like, that's hard. You have to imagine a little bit. You have to project a little bit. You'd be like, oh, well, he's not as fast as I want him to be, and he's not this and he's not that, and he's a little bit, vertically not inclined. So yeah, like, I mean, he can't shoot. So how are we going to use that? But my view on this is passing equalizes shooting sometimes. So
Ron, I'm going to say the uncomfortable thing out loud because I know that, like you just said, Penn, everybody could hit on DeBonsta and Darren Peterson. I think Caleb Wilson is the best player in this draft, Ron. I do. I think he's the best player in this draft.
them highlights moved you as well.
No, I watched a couple of
the
years.
upside is crazy, to be fair.
Mars, the athleticism is what's moving me the most.
Like, you think he's a better athlete than AJ?
Yeah, I do, Mars. I do. I think he and I don't think he clears him, but I don't think that Big Penn brings it up a lot. The fast twitch stuff leads to open floor steals. The fast twitch stuff leads to second chance opportunities at the rim. The fast twitch stuff,
his motor is insane.
That's to be honest,
he got more physicality than AJ too, and partially because AJ wants to be. It's similar to Wemby. Like, Wemby could be more physical, but he wants to be on the perimeter. And I'm not saying that AJ's not physical. I'm not saying he doesn't have the tools. I'm not saying he's not strong, but he literally plays a guard. So it's like he's not around the hoop.
He hasn't filled that yet.
Caleb Wilson be down there with whatever y'all want to do. I'm with it.
He plays above the rim too. Like, he's not one of them dudes who punches the ball. He's looking at the cup like this, punching the ball.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what
for
he
sure.
is.
Yeah.
And that's what's moving me, because the one thing that I found out with players in the NBA in today's era, like, the other stuff, if we could teach you, like that, the athleticism translates. Like, if you're an athlete and you got the IQ to play at this level, then the other stuff is going to come. Now,
I'm glad you added the second part.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but
because I was about to bring up
the fact that he's a freak. Yeah, the fact that he's a freak athlete, but he understands the game.
That's where I was going.
Is what I think separates him from some of the other athletes we've seen.
One of the guys that I was thinking about, because what's the guy's name? Kai
Jones.
Kai Jones.
He just wasn't that smart. That's the problem.
Like, hey, I think he was too smart.
93% from the field in EuroLeague, by the way.
Yeah,
there you go. Too smart.
I just don't think that he understood the game at the pro level in the NBA.
I agree. Yeah,
that's what the athleticism is off the charts. With Caleb, I think that he understands the game, and I think he's one of those quick study guys. And I love that about those guys. Those are the guys that, like, we don't have to go over things 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Show it to them, and they get it quickly. He strikes me as that kind of guy. Ron, I get goosebumps talking about him.
He said in his interview he wants to be greater than Mike.
I just want to let you know, Kai Jones has a tremendous amount of intellectual curiosity. An abundance of intellectual curiosity.
Would you rather that just unteachable, like, athletic traits, like the vertical pop and stuff like that, over a guy that you can just tell has, like, a nice feel for the game and things of that nature? Like, would you prefer the athlete?
Look at him. I see what he's doing. He's saying,
I love both. I love both.
That's cool. I see what's going on.
I think some of it has to do with, obviously, situation, but what do you prefer, Chill? Do you prefer just the raw athlete that we can teach stuff later, or would you prefer a guy that can play a little bit and maybe the athleticism is not where it is for other guys?
The guy who can play a little bit and knows the game, like, I think that's going to get you far. But the guy with the raw athleticism who does have an upside in terms of understanding the game, I just think I can go so much further with him. I think I can get way more out of him, because what I've seen in the NBA, and I'm not going to be long-winded with this, but what I've seen in the NBA is, like, athleticism matters. athleticism. Like you have to be able to run. Not everybody in the league can run fast and jump high. Like there are guys in the league who can run fast, but not everybody in the league who can run fast and jump high. But if we got guys who are that fast, we got guys who are that strong, and they got a quick, they got a not only a feel for the game, but they're quick studies. I'd much rather have that guy because I could get so much more out of him. There's so many more different things that I can do. This one guy, he's just limited athletically. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Luka is an exception because he's so damn good. But can you imagine if Luka was a better athlete? Like as good as Luka is, like how much better would he be if he was a better athlete? Like holy shit! What can I get out of him?
I hear you.
He'd be okay.
Yo, fellas. So we're gonna get to grading these picks. I'm gonna wait till either John D or I'm gonna wait till Real Talk gets here. They're both late. Mars, you need to talk to your guys and get them in check.
Real Talk don't know nothing. We don't need to wait for him.
But we'll wait till one of those guys get up
Does
here.
Real Talk have a clue what's going on?
Nah, and that's not me being me. I asked him because I did a stream during the draft yesterday. I asked him if he wanted to pull up. He said, I don't know shit about the draft. That's what he told me.
So ask him about Love Island. Ask him about Love Island.
We're gonna wait for him. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait to expose him. That's what we're gonna do. But I'm gonna wait for one of those two guys to get up here. In the meantime, though, I want to read super chats on the spot. Reason being is because you guys have good questions for us that we may not never get around to. So you guys obviously have your favorite teams. You have players that you're curious about that they may have drafted, or you just got guys that you might have seen a clip of them and you're like, who is this guy? So I want to make sure, I want you guys to send through your super chats and talk about these prospects because I might not know. Real Talk definitely don't know. Mars might not know, but Penn might know. John might know. Chill might know. Damian might know. So
might?
Yeah,
might. Penn, you don't know every prospect in this draft.
I think Penn does. Yes, I do. I think
the man hasn't slept for 6 days.
I think if you
so now he Bill Walton. He know where everybody was born. He know where their mom and dad was born. He knew where they fell in love. He knew where the kid was conceived.
Unless a super chat specifically asks what hospital Terrace Reed was born, I'm pretty comfortable. You can move on with this.
All right.
Jesus.
Well, the first super chat I got is from What Up Logan.
By the way.
What
from Shams?
You know what did Kobe Bryant say? I do the work so I don't have to doubt my game. Okay, so like straight up, like
I could get with
we do got breaking news. Oh yeah, hurry up, Real Talking, John. You want to break it?
What is it?
Go ahead, Damian. What is
it? So Los Angeles Lakers guard Austin Reaves intends to sign a 4-year, $185 million max contract to return to the franchise.
Good job.
We got a deal.
The reason making more 45 million.
Yeah,
we got a deal.
It's max. It's max money. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a deal.
Good job.
I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Austin Reaves, man. Undrafted to 45 million a year. Good work.
Yeah, that's a big check.
I think Trey Young made this happen. Shout outs to Trey Young.
I mean, yeah, that for sure must have helped in negotiations. You see Trey Young make 53. Come on, man. You're not about to lowball me.
Yeah,
again.
That's facts.
So the Lakers overpaid.
De'Aaron Fox nearly fucked it up for everybody, and Trey Young said, "Hold my beer." Man.
I think Austin Reaves is worth 45 million.
I don't have.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that happened with this is like the two of the teams that went into the offseason with cap space in Chicago and Brooklyn, they did business the day before the draft, which sort of ate away at a little bit of that cap space. So the Lakers, in some sort of way, had leverage in these negotiations. Now they still gave him, what was it, Mars, 45 a year, which is still the max, but I reckon they could have dragged it out and maybe got him a little bit cheaper. But
yeah, I think you guys need to realize 45 million is not a super max like it used to be.
No, it's not.
45 million is the second rate for like players making 60 million now. Like we need to understand the concept of NBA money.
Yeah,
it's like when you see role players making 25, you're thinking, oh my god, that's all-star money. No, 25 million is role player money these days. I think you guys haven't.
You know, there's a good way to understand this. Chill. What did a can of Coke cost when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, it was 50 cents.
Damn. When I was a kid, it was 50 cents. What world are we living in? Okay, so now it's like $1.25, $1.50
in age than you thought.
50 cents is
crazy. I am actually pretty close to chill in age, but it's about $1.25 now. So it's like, you know, we're seeing that acceleration in money across the whole world. So and the NBA has grown faster than the global economy, significantly faster. So, you know, back when I was a kid, it was unheard of for an NBA player to make 17 million. That's what we were hearing. Jawan Howard, 17 million. That's an albatross contract. 17 million is basically mid-level exception right now.
I think Steph's making like 60 million next year.
Steph's making 62.5. Here is everyone
And
making
Butler too,
between
by the way.
this is everyone in the NBA
God.
next season before all other contracts get finalized, making between 45 and 50 million. So if you're making less than 45, I'm not including you. If you're making more than 50, I'm not including you. This is everyone who's projected to make that. We start with Domantas Sabonis, Lauri Markkanen, Pascal Siakam, Tyrese Halliburton. So he's on a rookie extension. Anthony Edwards, rookie extension. Trey Young just got re-upped, but he had a player option for 48. Zach LaVine's player option is 48. Jaren Jackson Jr., 49 million. Bam Adebayo, 49.8. And De'Aaron Fox, 49.8. If you're telling me this isn't Austin Reaves territory, then I just disagree with you. Minus the rookie extensions in Ant and Halliburton, because obviously they should be making more, but they're on
They
rookie
scale up as well.
extensions.
Yeah,
They're on rookie extensions. So those two notwithstanding, it's Domantas, Lauri Markkanen, and Pascal, Trey Young's player option, Zach LaVine, Jaren Jackson, Bam, and De'Aaron Fox.
That's around his pay grade.
That's
I could
Austin
get with
Reaves
that.
territory. Like it is what it is.
I
That's
could get with
Austin Reaves
that.
territory.
Like when you're talking about the guys at like 60, like 55, 60 million, like Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, like those guys, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown,
Anthony Davis,
Giannis.
These are third and fourth contracts. You can't compare. You can't
Mm-mm.
compare those to second contracts, man. I mean, technically, Austin's
And
what,
to your
third
point,
contract?
Austin's third contract. Yeah.
And to your point, Mars, this kid that's in Halliburton, that's not a super max deal. That's just a rookie extension. Like we haven't gotten to the super max yet with him. We're not there yet. We just had a rookie extension. We'll get to the super max if he holds up and he's still able to produce at that level that he's able to produce later. But right now, we just at the rookie extension.
The only issue is like they got to pay Rui and LeBron now. I think that's the only thing. Like how much?
Yeah, if I'm the Lakers, I'm not paying no 45, 46 million. But for Austin Reaves, yeah, that's it. That to me is his value. 45, 46-ish, 47, like however much you can get. But mid-40s is where I would evaluate Austin Reaves anyway.
They got to pay Rui. And I mean, to be honest with y'all, outside of Austin Reaves, who is a better shooter on the group than Rui?
No,
Rui the best shooter on the team.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to say degree of difficulty, Luka, but like making sure.
And then DeAndre Ayton's got his player option to
Luke Kennard.
Which he's not leaving on the table, by the way.
Oh yeah, Luke Kennard is on the
not,
Lakers.
yeah.
My fault. Luke Kennard is on the
Luke
Lakers.
Kennard is on the Lakers. That's correct.
No, Luke Kennard's a free agent. Luke Kennard's a free agent.
Okay, now Rui.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and DeAndre Ayton is not leaving that money on the table. No, he is not.
No,
that $8 million,
so.
he's taking that. Yeah.
Damn, you got another year.
Yeah, he's not leaving that money on the table.
He's the gift that keeps on giving. You know, there's one thing you can guarantee: death, life, taxes. There's 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and the team that DeAndre Ayton is on, hating every second of his existence on that team and wanting him gone.
Is DeAndre Ayton the equivalent to buying a boat? Like the two?
Yes, it is a boat. Yes, exactly.
The two happiest days in your life.
The anchor is rusted. You know, the motor don't work sometimes, but sometimes it's really good, but sometimes it's not so good. You know, the side is all like crusty with a whole bunch of algae all over it. The paint is chipping off. Like it's a crappy boat. Chill.
Well, the reason why I'm bringing that up,
I thought you said it's going to be like this girl that you take out.
You are
and you
not
like
bringing honeys on this boat. Okay,
good idea. But when I brought that up, Damien,
you got to paddle yourself sometimes.
No, the reason why I brought that up is because
I'm for sure bringing honeys on the boat. I don't know what you. Hey, this boat don't even got to move. They gonna be on this boat.
Honeys are gonna be on that boat. That boat looks like a safety hazard.
That boat gonna be honeyed out. I promise you.
I'm just thinking.
Hey, then we gonna be the Titanic. She going down with me. All right. Hey, it's gonna be honeys on that boat. Trust me.
I'm just thinking that it's the 2 happiest days of your life when you buy a boat. It's when you buy it and when you sell it.
Yep.
In between, those 2 things are different. And is that kind of where we are with DeAndre Ayton? I couldn't have been more wrong on DeAndre Ayton. I thought this was gonna be
honestly chill. There's no happy moment. There was no look when you buy a boat, you genuinely excited. Why else would you buy a boat? Of course you're excited. You thinking about, oh my god, I'm gonna have chicks. I'm gonna have like summer parties on this boat, and then you read the docking fees, and you're like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with this in the winter? I live in New York. I might not have thought this through. With DeAndre Ayton, there was no hype. I mean, there was like a moment of hype, but if you're really stupid, but like, I mean, like for real, like there was kind of a cautious, like, The
only saving grace is the deal's not too crazy, to be fair. The deal's not too crazy is the only saving grace, I think. But
that's like $8 million. They on the books
Yeah.
for $8 million. So like we can handle that. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can we can absorb that. It ain't like he's on the books for 18 or 28 million.
yeah,
Nah, he's on the books for 8 million. So all right. I could get with that.
we can live with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the Lakers signing Austin Reaves, though, we reckon that they're in a good place right now. We got Luka tied down. We got Austin tied down. We drafted Cam Carr.
The only person who I would have known was going to be on the roster next year is Luka. Everyone else was like either available for trade or available to leave in free agency. So
I mean, Cam Carr really does fit next to Luka. He likes vertical
Yeah.
athletes, he likes shooters. It's a great, like, a little bit of Derek Jones Jr.
Yeah.
parallel, except he can really shoot from deep. So it's cool.
I said that yesterday. I think it's a good fit for sure.
yeah,
He
I
can
mean,
play
they-
day one as
it
well, I
was
think.
cash consideration. They didn't even give up nothing to get him. So
Yeah.
You
works,
need, you need
works,
to
it
lock him
doesn't,
in the weight
doesn't.
room for 2 years.
yeah, I was
He
gonna say
He
he's
can't absorb contact right now at all. He get bumped off his spot so quick. But he loves contact, man. I like Cam Carr a lot. It just I couldn't get as high as some people did on him. Like swiping. Like I saw people with a top 12 grade on him. I don't know. Hell no. This is a role player.
Yeah, he's going to be a hell of a role player though next to Luka. Like Luka and Austin Reaves, they are going to make him. And I actually think he got the potential to be good because like when you're that athletic and have a feel at getting downhill, and you can play above the rim and you seek contact, you can defend like that. You get out on a fast break. He does so many things that impact the game. But on the offensive end specifically, you got to imagine it's going to be hell closing out to a guy that not only can shoot, but if he just shows you a pump fake and you get on your toes just one bit, you don't even got to leave the ground. You just get on your toes one bit. He's blowing by you to try to dunk on somebody.
No,
and when he puts the ball on the hoop or puts the ball on the floor, you're done because he has an explosive first step. So it's like you got to imagine we are focused on Luka or we're focused on Austin Reaves. We're not even thinking about Cam Carr because we can't think about Cam Carr because Luka Doncic has the ball or Austin Reaves has the ball. When they skip the ball to him or swing the ball to him, I'm like trying to guard him out of a closeout is going to be hell with the spacing in the NBA. And so that's why I think that he's going to be a hell of a player with the Lakers. But also, too, even with just him blowing by people, him just knocking down that three. The nights where he's feeling it. And he's already made 3 threes, and it's like, all right, now Cam Carr's hit 5 threes tonight. It's just it's tough, and then him cutting, Luka throwing them lobs and stuff like that.
The corner cuts would be very interesting.
Yeah,
Luka's gonna get that boy paid for sure.
Like, this kind of confirmed Zone Connect is done.
This swing on Cameron Carr is like, okay, we all know he can shoot, and he can shoot from deep. He shot from NBA range. He shoot pull up, handoffs. He shoot in a variety of different ways. It's very Trey Murphy-esque, and it's very smooth, and it's very consistent, and it goes in a lot, okay? The athleticism and rim protection potential, right? His defense is not great. I don't want to be clear about that. It's flashy. It's not great. His positional awareness defensively was sometimes very lackluster.
Can we work on that though, Penn? Like that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Like
sure,
we can enhance that.
You can work on it. Here's what you can't work on, and this is what I think separates him into role player status instead of star status. And this is where I feel like if you watch enough highlights, and you know who I learned from on this, Rodney Carney. Rodney Carney was a player that I was unusually high on.
I remember,
and I learned very early in my draft evaluation, pseudo career, in that there's a big difference between athletes who go, north south, right, and kind of very unidirectional athletes and multi-directional athletes, and it comes down to your center of gravity and how quickly you can change directions on the move. A guy like Cameron Carr has kind of high hips, which would work pretty much okay if he was 6'9" or 6'10", because I can see him as like a jumbo wing, but he's 6'5". Now, a lot of that is made up for in the wingspan and the athleticism and the vertical pop at the rim, so I'm not necessarily suggesting he's going to be undersized, but his skill set, this concept, like I'm almost triggered hearing Ron say he's going to blow past people. He's blowing past people if they run him off the line. He's not blowing past people off the dribble.
That's literally what I said.
To be fair, that's what he said. To be fair.
Yeah, but I'm just so used
I said in a closeout situation, when you have to respect the three.
He needs an advantage to get downhill. But he's playing with maybe the best advantage creator in the NBA in Luka.
In another high level advantage.
The game's going to be super easy for him.
His shooting is going to get teams to close out hard on him, which should. But it's a little bit of an OG Anunoby situation. OG is kind of high hipped a little bit, and that kind of limits the amount of wiggle in his game. You know, like to me, center of gravity is a really big thing with athleticism. People don't think about it enough. Luka has a low center of gravity. He can get really, really low on that dribble. This guy does not. So it's a little bit like OG. Who else is high center of gravity? Denny gets low. You know, that's interesting. Like, am I wrong on that, Mars? Like Denny can get pretty low on the. You know, RJ Barrett, he can get low. You know, but there's just some guys. They're anatomically built very differently, and they just don't get low enough to get past like when you look at like a
Jabari Smith is like that.
Yes, Jabari Smith is like that. Another painful draft lesson. When you look at Michael Jordan, you know, this is an extreme example of low center of gravity. Michael Jordan or LeBron James blowing past their defender. Where's the shoulder? At the stomach. At the stomach. It's almost like
Jordan's shoulders will be at your knees.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a reason, you know, my old coach who played in the NBA, shout out Sean Higgins, he told me it's the reason why they called him the Black Cat. And it's not because he was black as a black cat. It's not because he could potentially look like a black cat. They called him the Black Cat because he would crawl to the hoop. Right. Yeah, he literally was like, hey, y'all know a cat when it lands, how it lands like this? That used to be like if you pause a Jordan clip or anything like that, look how low he is to the ground.
Yeah, he's damn absolutely. His shoulder is at your thighs. Look, my favorite player in the league has a high center of gravity. Scotty Barnes has a high center of gravity. Yeah. It's clunky sometimes, you know. Sometimes he struggles. Like it's a work in progress. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander very low. So I think your ability to get like lower than your defender and then to blow past them not only accelerates your ability to change directions, manipulate space, but also explode to the rim. It makes you a lot less predictable. When you're just vertical, you have to be so strong and so big, like a Giannis. Giannis is very vertical, but he's 7 feet tall and he can jump through the gym. So, you know, if Cameron Carr was 6'10", he's a top 5 pick. 6'5" might be a little too small for him.
Which quick side note, I saw Bam yesterday with Giannis in Vegas. Bam looked like he a bit of 6'10". He looked Giannis right in the face. Like Giannis is not significantly taller than him or anything.
Bam was wearing heels.
I don't know, Mars. I'm not sure. He looked him right in the face.
Swiper hating in the chat. Come on, man.
Since we on that subject, Penn, when you're talking about guys that it doesn't really translate, I am terrified of Acuff in Sacramento.
Hey, chill. But before we get to that,
we let Sniper psyop us. Acuff in Sacramento was the best place for him.
I agree. But fellas, we'll get to that in a second. We all know Swiper knows the least amount of ball out of all the panelists that regularly come on the panel. Shout out to you though. Shout out to you. But I do want to get around to these super chats. We got a $20 super chat from What Up Logan. If anybody wants to talk about Darius Acuff right here and right now, send through a super chat more than $20 and we will talk about anything that you want to talk about with Darius Acuff. Penn knows what elementary he went to. Penn knows where he'll be 15 years from now. So he'll give you anything along his lifeline trajectory. But What Up Logan said, Mavs fans, we want a young guard to pair with Coop. The Mavs. Yo, let's draft Beef Stew 2.0. Crazy the 76ers trade McCain just to draft another guard. Also, I watched JQ in person at ASU. Him and Wemby, if healthy.
Yeah, it's scary. We spoke about that. I think like part of us, I guess, like the Mavs do have Kyrie Irving.
By the way,
so you know, like they kind of have one of the best. They do employ one of the best guards in the NBA.
The Mavs are going to cook. Like you might be crazy. I mean, no offense. Their front office is very overrated.
Yeah, I didn't like the Mavs. No, I don't like Morez Johnson. I just thought 9 was higher than I think.
You've been hot and cold on the jury.
It's not about a jury. It's not about Masai Ujiri.
What is it about them? Because he's there now.
Okay, he's been there for a few months. He's not running this draft necessarily. I mean, he'll green light it. you'll say, okay, I'm cool with your
was-
pick.
Johnson sounds like a Masai pick.
It does.
Okay.
Yes, that sounds like somebody that he would really
A
like.
6'9" versatile defensive wing doesn't sound like a Masai pick.
I
mean,
don't like Masai there, to be fair, but anyway.
okay.
Yeah, Masai mid.
I think he fell off at the end.
Masai's cool, man. Masai got like presidents to meet and shit. Masai got, giants in Africa. He's got like $1 billion mindset, and he's working for the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, it's just that organization kind of just genuinely sucks. Just hop down. Your ownership sucks that much. It's hard, but I don't love the hires that they've made from the front office. And like your front office is your coaching staff, your support staff, your general manager. I'm just not thrilled with the people that they're hiring, and that's just my view on it. So I wasn't expecting them to knock this draft out of the park, but also with Masai there, I'm not expecting them to mess it up, right? Like Masai will protect you from being royally stupid unless you're picking Bruno Caboclo. So, yeah, Bruno Caboclo over Nikola Jokic.
I mean,
in that draft. Like, come on, man. We even picked an international guy. Fuck.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and
But just on Jaden as well, though, I think they shored up even the backup center with Tyrus Reed, right?
Yeah.
So Tyrus Reed was probably got a little bit undershadowed with Jaden because they took a big swing, but they're really good at the backup center position now, man. They're like, I think it was one of those areas where they weren't sure with Luke Cornett at the end of last year. So now it's like,
well, does this lend any credence to the idea that I'm right about Wemby not being a center and actually being a power forward?
No, it doesn't.
They just drafted 2 centers. I mean, what you make of it? What you will. They're now walking into the league.
He could play next to Quaintance, and they'll both just be 4-5s. Depends on how you want to configure. Offensively, Wemby would be more of the 4 in that lineup. Do I view him playing next to Tyrus Reed a whole lot?
No.
Reed has a lot in common with Luke Cornett, by the way. He also has a lot in common with guys like
we didn't see Luke Cornett and Wemby play together a whole lot. And when we did, they weren't that great. But so like, I'm not the highest on Tyrus Reed. I feel like I don't know. I'm just not the highest, and I understand the pick though. Like he is like that interior big in terms of both paints. That's what he mans, and he can finish around the rim. And even in the tournament, you started seeing like the post game and all of that stuff.
Good insurance policy, I guess.
I have concerns about like how effective he is in like lower usage type situations. I also think a lot of the passing stuff that people like is heavily inflated by UConn, like heavily. So those are my concerns. But at the end of the day, you're drafting people at wherever he was, 26, wherever. Like these aren't going to be perfect players. Like even with like the Cam Carr we just spoke about, everything Penn laid out is why he wasn't drafted in the lottery. But ultimately, like we're talking about mid-20s picks for a reason. So I understand the pick. I'm not mad at it, but it's just I'm not the highest on it. Quaintance, I understand like the upside part of it, but obviously the injury stuff. But then on the Dallas side of it, I think we're forgetting the new like draft lottery odds. The Mavs can try and compete next year, get the 12 seeds, and then have like a top 5 pick next year to get a guard. Like there's not really urgency for them to get a guard this year when respectfully the guards on the table at 9 were who? Braden Burries and Phylon?
Yes.
And Christian Anderson, I guess. Like if they just didn't like any of those guys at 9, why just take a guard for God's sake when you can now try and compete next year with Coop, with Morez, with Derek Lively, with Kyrie, and even if you fall to the 11 seeds, you have good odds of getting a top 5 pick, and then you can get a guard next year, and then the same thing for the year after that.
Sure.
So I think who has the Mavs pick next year?
Nobody has the Mavs.
Someone said the Mavs don't have that pick.
Why wouldn't they?
This is why
because I know
if they have that pick in any of the next 3 years, my point still stands. But that
would it be because of Kyrie? Would it be because of the Kyrie Irving trade? Because last year they ended up winning the lottery and they took Coop. The year before that they didn't have a first round pick. They had a second round pick and they took Huckaporty and he ended up going to the Knicks.
They're saying Charlotte has it. Let me just look at that future first round.
Yes. Pick. And the year before that in 23 they took Case and Wallace and gave him to Oklahoma City, and that was because that's how they got Derek Lively. So
they don't have their own pick next year. In 2028,
OKC has a swap
rates.
They don't have any of that picks in the next 3 years.
Yep.
I'm almost positive they're gonna get off Kyrie.
Never mind.
So now
I think they're gonna move off
kind of
Kyrie.
understand why they picked Morez Johnson. Now you get it. Like, I mean, you need NBA ready talent right now because you have no incentive to tank at all.
Yeah, whoops.
I'm just saying, like, and to the point of like, oh, you could have traded down and get Morez. I got a text yesterday saying that Morez was hot commodity ran 11. So the concept
Warriors?
would be, yeah. So if you trade back, you potentially lose your guy, and then your next thought on Morez would probably be not as good as Morez. Like,
The reason why
a lot of teams were trading down one pick.
Honestly, like I'm gonna be honest, like I probably would have traded back and gotten Steinbach because Steinbach and Cooper
I was very happy
like the transition of those two big dudes coming downhill at you all the time, and you have the rim protection already with Derek Lively. Granted, Chill said he's made of glass. Like, to me, that's very interesting.
Hold on, make sure you preference this.
Okay, my bad. So might be made of glass, and then you got Daniel Gafford blocking shots in the back line. Like, I feel like Steinbach has, probably more. Neither one of these guys screams star to me, but if there is a chance one of them could be a star, it's going to be Steinbach.
Is Steinbach today? Really quickly, Ron, just a question. Today, is Steinbach, is he better than Salon?
Yes.
Yeah, Sky Blue Grossman.
Yeah, he's way better than him.
I'm checking y'all temperature.
Steinbach probably walks in as Charlotte's starting center next year. Maybe he doesn't start because LaMelo and Musa have really good synergy. Yeah. So you want to have them start. But Steinbach might walk in front of Coke.
He's playing in front of Coke right now?
Yeah.
With Hannes,
he's better.
With Hannes, with Terrace Reed, Alan Graves, there's a lot of really Cameron Boozer. There's a lot of really great rebounders in this draft, and rebounding almost has a
monster on that glass.
1-to-1 corollary. The thing with Hannes is, like, I just think his movement patterns are a little bit better offensively than the bigs that he was put in conversations with. I think he's got outlier traits there, and I think as a shooter, as much as I sometimes had concerns about the form when I was watching it, like, he was a man among boys. He can definitely stretch it. He has great touch indicators. He's a good passer. Like, there's offensively, apart from the fact that he doesn't block shots, really, you can't really poke holes into his top 10 case at all. So, it's interesting. I think the Hornets are one of those teams that just really know how to draft. Like, right now, like, it's impossible to ignore. They're so good at drafting.
So they've gone all in on what their idea. So if you didn't like the way the Charlotte Hornets played last year, you don't like the idea of shooting 1 million threes and all that. They've just leaned even more heavily into what that is. Because Christian Anderson, like Damien said, one of the best shooters in the draft, high volume 3-point shooters. And then now they have Steinbach and Musa, they might have the best offensive rebounding tandem in the NBA.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna, if they miss, they're gonna rebound the miss. And every shot is gonna be a kick out for a three. Like, that's pretty much what they're trying to do. And then hopefully, I'm still on team trade for Zion. But if they don't, we know what their identity is. Shoot the three, get rebounds.
Tough,
in draft evaluation, sometimes you have to pick between floor and ceiling. Sometimes a prospect with a really high floor will inversely have a really low ceiling, and and vice versa. So you have the guys like Ousmane Dieng, Bilal Coulibaly, Tijan Salon, your aforementioned pick.
You just named 3
Kai Jones. I mean, you're seeing, like, okay, it could go really bad or it can go really good. What I appreciate about the Hornets is they have somehow packaged, like, in back-to-back drafts, they keep picking guys who have high floors and really, really safe ceilings. So it's somehow like it's almost like these are like unicorn type of prospects, like Con Knipple. What's the worst Con Knipple was ever going to be? Like a 6th man. That's a pretty safe
high level shooter off the bench, was
right?
The worst case
and the best he can be is like a 6 to 7 time All-Star. That's a really high ceiling. So yeah, you're not batting for an MVP, but you're still getting like a lot of upside here, right? And it's similarly so with Steinbach. Like, I think Steinbach is an extension of the same idea of Con Knipple, which is you get a guy who's NBA ready, who can get his way onto the court, has really translatable skills to how the game is played today, has a good system fit with LaMelo. He's going to be beautiful in transition. Like Chill. It's weird to see a guy who's 6'11" move this way. catch passes this way.
I think it's dope, to be honest with you. To be quite honest with you,
Anderson
And
has some of the best.
I think
hands I've
Anderson
ever
and
seen.
Starbuck
that's
have
what I mean, Mars,
chemistry
because
as well with the national team.
what happens when a guy, to your point, is he's that versatile in terms of being able to catch the ball around the rim. You think he's better than Cork Bennett as a finisher? I think Cork Bennett set the rookie record? Wasn't he shooting like 80% from the floor at one point?
These are very different types of players.
But for this guy to have the kind of hands to be able to
profiles, yeah.
that's what I was about to say. So for him to be able to have the kind of hands to be able to, one, finish around the rim like that, and to be able to catch and shoot, whether it's in the mid post, whether it's in the short roll, I mean, that expands Charlotte's offense even more than what it already is. And I don't know what it is about these Germans, but they just breeding like mid-range like nightmares. I don't know what the hell it is about these guys. These guys just like come out the womb being able to shoot 17 feet. Like I could do that. Like that's a prerequisite.
I mean, I think you know what it is.
Both those picks have some.
I do know what it is. Yes, it's like whenever these 6'9", 6'10" dudes start playing basketball.
I mean, his long mid range is non-existent.
This is a picture of Dirk. This is who plays basketball, so I get it.
Christian Anderson and him played together as well.
Yeah, Steinbach did not take like long twos at all. Every shot that he took beyond 14 foot was a three, pretty much.
As it should be, modern NBA.
But he shot like 48% from above the break, which is like genuinely incredible. He didn't shoot on super high volume. He kind of reminds me of, like, this sounds like a really weird comparison, but if Jakob Poeltl meets Franz Wagner, mix them together. That's
very weird. Yeah, that's very weird.
It's a weird comparison, and I know I'm comparing him to two guys who kind of
Yeah.
speak German, Austrian, but like, there's moments where I kind of squint my eyes and I'm like, is that a wing? And then there's moments where I'm like, oh, that's definitely not a wing. So he's a very weird prospect, but he's a really good one. And I honestly, I would have graded the Mavs higher if they had just taken him at 9.
Well, I actually want to go back to the Mavs with the Montez pick. I'm not mad at that pick.
Morez.
My bad, Morez. I'm not mad at Morez for a couple different reasons. One, because the guy that knows him the best, that coached him for a whole year, he literally chose him over two other guys that were lottery picks that he could have taken there. So like he had 3 Michigan guys, and he literally chose Morez over these other 2 guys. I think we all could agree a day wouldn't have been a bad pick. We all can agree that Yaxo wouldn't have been a bad pick, I guess, but he chose Morez over both of these guys because clearly he knows something that we don't know. So I'm trusting that he, and also too, he comes from a winning culture, won a national championship, played a major role in that team. And we're talking about athleticism and stuff like that. Like Morez is a freak athlete, great rebounder, dunks everything.
He can't take Yaxo because I already got Coop. So he can't take Yaxo.
I mean, they could play together. Remember, Coop's a point guard. But also,
yes, I did say
that. They would just be the 3-4. That's what.
Yeah, but also on top of that, though, like we're talking about, and I'm glad you mentioned that, Chill. We're talking about guys to play next to Coop. So they're trying to get guys that we can slot next to Cooper Flag. Morez, he is I guess you could say traditional big when it comes to I'm playing in the paint and
He's insurance, Ron. I think he's insurance.
I'm locking this paint down.
I do.
On offense and on defense. Yeah. And so you really get a big next to Coop for the foreseeable future that really's coming with.
Well, that 3-4-5 is going to be Coop, Morez, Derek Lively. That seems to be the vision. Yeah. Now they have to figure out the backcourt stuff, and also Derek Lively's health has to be like.
That's a major part of this, Mars.
Yeah, that's a big pillar.
Yeah, the Gafford Lively.
That seems to be what they're trying to do with Coop. Obviously, we know the defensive upside that he was drafted with. Morez, way better defender than an offensive player, at least right now, anyway. We know what he can do defensively. And then Derek Lively is the anchor, rim protector, rim running big. So, like, we can kind of see the makings of what they're trying to build. I just think, outside of getting Coop, because, you have to luck into the number 1 pick, getting the guards is going to be probably the hardest part of this, especially now that I've just found out they don't even own their picks for the next 3 years. I don't know where they get the guards from. Is it free agency? Is it you trade a Kyrie to a team who's trying to contend and you get back a young guard with upside? Like, I don't know what the goal is. Or you get a guard in, free agency, like I said. Or you trade into the first round next year or something. But I think that's the next part of their rebuild is how do they figure out this backcourt? We'll see what they do.
Get off Kyrie, get off Clay, and I think go from there.
All right, well,
Kyrie, Clay, PJ, they can kind of go at this point.
They can go, yeah.
Well, fellas, this is a good time to tell everybody about Splash Sports and to talk about the NBA draft predictor game last night and who actually won, who actually hit, and who actually cooked. Before we do that, though, you must know that on Splash Sports, there's this game called Quick Picks, and it is the best game in all of DFS for multiple reasons. One, because you're competing against fans and you're not competing against a rigged house. You're not competing against ChatGPT. You're not competing against a sport books. It's literally you versus another actual opponent, a real human being, and all you have to do is outsmart them. So let's say that you have 2 picks and they have 2 picks. Your 2 picks just have to be right, and they only have to get 1 pick right, and then you win. And it's as simple as that. But also on top of that, Splash Sports has the highest multipliers in all of DFS. So literally, you won't win more money anywhere else outside of Splash Sports. So scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. Download the Splash Sports app. Use code CHOICE. That's CHOICE. Code CHOICE, because that will get you 100% deposit match up to $50 and 100% quick picks boost for new users. That's what we're doing today. Oh, and by the way, I have a quick pick, a great quick pick for everybody. Now, you know, typically I would go with Caitlin Clark just because, well, she's the best point guard in the WNBA. She scored 20 plus points for the last 5 games. She's second in the league in assists. You know, she's a stat stuffer. So typically I would go with her. But you know who I'm gonna go with today? Her name is Sonia. And I'm gonna go with Sonia Citron simply because she's playing against the Minnesota Lynx. And she just cooked them. She just cooked Real Talk's favorite player. And they're playing, that was last game they played against the Lynx. She cooked the Lynx, and they're playing them again tonight. And her PRA is only 22.5. And so I'm going with Sonia Citron more on her PRA. You guys follow that lead or make your own picks. But fellas, what I do want to show you guys is who actually won the NBA draft predictor last night. This person cooked up. They really cooked up. So let me go ahead and share this on the screen. And by the way, yeah, I'm not going to talk about what we did.
Yeah, we lost that pick 3. So, you know, shout out to Jay. Shout out to Jay.
But let me go ahead and share this on the screen. So a person by the name of Owen Kenner 12. Shout out to Owen Kenner 12. Came through and cooked up. Led the leaderboard, took home the top prize, and got the first 10 picks right. AJ DeBanza, Darren Peterson, Cameron Boozer, Caleb Wilson, Keaton Wagler, Mikael Brown Jr., Darius Acuff, Kingston Flemings, Morez Johnson Jr., and Braden Burries. Got the first 10 picks right. With that, so with every 5 picks you got an additional 10 points. So he got an extra 20 points by just getting the first 10 picks right. And then
I got the first 9 picks right yesterday, by the way.
Oh, fire.
But I got the first 8. Yeah, I got the first 8.
Shout out to you, man.
8
and then really cooked through the whole thing. He only missed 3 picks altogether, not getting in the first round. And that was Sergio De La Rey. He also missed Joshua Jeffries, and then he missed Alex Caravan.
Yep, everybody missed Alex
Caravan. I can't believe Alex Caravan went first round, but you know,
it's the Kings, man. It's the Kings.
It's that winning tax.
Yeah, it's a culture guy, man.
When you win, you're gonna get drafted.
I mean, he wasn't.
I can't believe Alex Caravan went first round.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, there are like 10 better players left on the board right now. Okay,
right now.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping Memphis get Henry Vassar in the second round. I'm hoping that happens. Sorry, Armor.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Isn't he like the all? Well, I don't know if he's the all-time leading scorer, but he's like top 3 all-time at UConn in scoring in the history of their organization. In the history, of
he was there for 4 years.
Yeah, he was there for 4 years.
Yeah, good for him.
Okay, the translatability element of this is basically like it. That's not the same sport. Like I know they're both playing basketball, but you know what you did in college doesn't necessarily translate. Right? We've learned this lesson the hard way, unfortunately, with a lot of white guys. So,
yeah, I wasn't too mad at the Alex Caravan pick. Once again, I tell you guys this all the time: when you win, you will get picked higher than probably what you should. Look, Morez Johnson is the perfect. Morez, Yaxo, Ade.
He can shoot it. He can shoot as well.
If they don't win, a couple of those guys might not go lottery.
He's a great shooter, but like
Yeah, I didn't do too much film. I mean, I wasn't sure.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he's been a known commodity around draft circles for years, but like, I mean, initially there was like, some late first round buzz on him, but I just don't think there was enough progression across the last few years, and it just felt like the same hangups kept coming up. And sometimes, when a guy stays this long, you can kind of start to over scout them, where the mistakes just pile up, and next thing you know, the things you like about the guy are like four lists long, and then things you don't like about him are like 85 lists long. Whereas you have a guy like Jaden Quaintance where you haven't seen enough of him to dislike 45 things about him. So, there's a chance that Alex Caravan is, the next version of a slightly taller Jameson Battle. Maybe.
Sure.
But that's not a player I take in the first round.
All right, fellas, I want to get around to these super chats. Teddy Hart sent through $20 and said, this quote unquote Wemby stopper tag that's been put on Mara is forced and lazy. He's 7'3" and drafted to OKC. That's it. Since when is a Marc Gasol or Nurkic archetype a Wemby stopper? Edie and Klingon didn't get that tag, so the lazy media can get the F out of here.
Yeah, I don't think he's a Wemby stopper, but
Neither
he's not
do
going to hurt
I.
you. He's not going to hurt you. He's 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan, and he has places on the court where he can function like 20 feet away that can at least serve to get Wemby out of the paint. Not necessarily even as a shooter, but as like a dribble handoff guy, as a screener. He's a really smart basketball player, and usually 7'3" guys just aren't this skilled. So.
He's more skilled than Klingon and AD coming in. That's what
He's
I
not
like
more
about
skilled than Edie. He's not
more skilled than AD.
No, it's not even close, respectfully.
Yeah.
Not
But-
close.
But is he what? Okay, so Mars. Clearly you're high on Edie, and I get that. I was very low
like
on
Edie
Edie,
too, by the way.
and then I got higher on him.
I was
as a draft.
lower on Edie, and then
Same thing.
I
I got higher on him because somebody that I really disrespect was really low on Edie, and then I was just like, you know what, this person's always wrong. Let me just go the other way. So what is it that Adai Mara does better than Zach Edey for you?
pass.
Passing? Is there anything else?
Pass is like a playmaking hub. I think as I'm speaking about them as prospects, not what Edie done in the NBA yet. I think Mara has shown thus far to be a better pick and roll defender and better rim protector than Zach Edey was. Those are the things. So rim protection, pick and roll defense is exclusively drop, but pick and roll defense. And then the passing. Those are the three things I would say he does better.
And when you say that Zach Edey is significantly more skilled, which by the way I agree with, we're talking touch, post moves, and shooting, right? Okay, cool. I got you.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
I didn't like the pick. I didn't think the pick was great, but I get it.
Yeah.
All right. The next super chat I got, and y'all, the title of the show is grading every first round pick. John D will be here in a second, and then we'll dive into grading every single pick from the first round, all 30 of them. We'll give teams grades based on fit, based on the talent of the pick, and based on just overall how we like, the whole situation altogether. Pip named Slickback sent through $9.99 and said, my Nets deserved a McHale. Perfect pick.
Deserved an A.
My Nets deserved an A. McHale's a perfect pick. Jefferson is a regen. Boris Diaw. Also, Nets Daily saying we are still targeting Reaves, Watson, Mitchell Robinson. We have $46 million until July 6th. Brooklyn is back.
How do we tell him about one of those players being gone?
Back? Okay.
Austin Reaves is gone.
I like the Michael Brown pick. That was who I was hoping they would take at 6. I think they got it right. I expect him to be inefficient his rookie year. I'll just say that. But I do like the upside. I like him in Brooklyn. I like him with Jordi Fernandez. I'm intrigued to see how him and Jaeger fit together long term. Yeah, I like
big guards though. I do like that. They both
Julius
big guards.
Randle and Michael Brown Jr. on the same team. The decision making. Oh my God! Please don't let your kids watch this.
Don't forget about Michael Porter Jr.
And Michael Porter.
Please don't
Jr.
leave
My God.
MPJ out, who has never seen a shot that he does not like.
Dumbass hoops 101. Look,
Yes,
I get the skill. I get the skill 100%, but man, oh man, Jordy Fernandez, y'all about to age that dude 10 years, giving him these 3 players to work with. Holy shit!
I think McKellen Acuff might be, when we look back in like 5-10, might be the legacy decision of this draft, depending how they pan out, man. I think that could be the swing one.
Well, they're both better than the guy who got drafted at 5. So
I agree.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'll push back on that. I actually like Keaton Wagler, and I realized when I was up here last time, I did not fight enough for Keaton Wagler because I knew the room and I knew everybody up here was kind of like low on him, and I didn't really feel like having a 35-minute discussion about it.
We appreciate the Euro. We appreciate it.
Yeah, like, look, I think what he did as a 3-star recruit, going top 5, and again, I know this is a little bit of a, oh my God, the ends justify the means sort of situation where I'm like, oh, he went top 5, so he's great. His production as a 3-star at a high level program it's never happened before. Nobody has ever flown from like second round to top 5 pick. And he was pretty consensusly mocked top 5 for most people. I understand.
Everyone knew he was going to the Clippers. Yeah.
Yeah, like I understand a lot of people have concerns about his lack of length, or maybe his lack of burst, or maybe his, sometimes so finishing. But when you consider the context in which he was playing and the competition he played against, and the fact that he did it at 180, you are just projecting that at 210 eventually in his prime, that a 6'6" guy, 205, whatever. Okay, he puts on 25
Why is it
pounds.
ridiculous to think he can't put on 20 pounds?
He's definitely gonna. He's definitely gonna put that weight on.
That's 30.
Yeah.
He go.
Over a few.
He gonna put on more weight and get stronger. Pinch should have just said get stronger. He's going to get stronger inevitably.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
he just becomes one of the strongest guys in the league. I mean, I guess.
With Keaton Wagler, all I would want to know if I was interviewing him, if I'm the Clippers, is do you understand who you are as a basketball player? And I think he has a very phenomenal understanding.
No,
of
he
the game.
doesn't. I'm 19 years old. I don't know who I am as a basketball player. I have
Chill,
no idea what I am.
some 19-year-olds know who they are.
Chill. LeBron knew who he was at 17, or maybe 15. There's players who know themselves very well, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Jonathan Kuminga don't know who he is right now. Okay, so like, there's some guys it's questionable until they retire. Okay, and then there's some guys where it's like right away. Alan Graves knows exactly who he is. Colin Murray knows exactly who he is. Bennett Stirtz knows exactly who he is. Keaton Wagler knows exactly who he is. He knows how he's going to be successful. He knows his strengths. He knows his weaknesses. And if I'm an evaluator, I'm talking to this kid. I'm like, do you understand, like, what's your biggest weakness? What are you working on right now? And if what he says he's working on is what I watched all year as the thing that he should be working on, I know he's got good people in his mind and he's got a good head on his shoulders, and that's important to me. So he can't grow his arms. If he had a 7-foot wingspan, this would be a no-brainer, 100%, because now we're talking about like extension. We're talking about extended angles and finishing and stuff. So he's going to have to solve some problems, but man, his playmaking and feel is very real. Very real.
How tall is Keaton? 6'5", right?
6'6".
Man, that wingspan is overrated. He's about to be playing the 1 or the 2. Like he's already
he's still a big guard. 6'6" wingspan, 6'7" wingspan. He's still fine. Yeah.
Yeah, like I like Keaton a lot. With what I seen, now, I didn't watch him all season. I didn't watch every game, but to be 6'6", to be able to shoot it that well off the dribble, to be able to get to your floaters, I think like the only thing that's holding him back is his strength. Once he plays a couple seasons in the NBA, gets stronger, gets used to the physicality, and I like the way he uses his body too. Like, I think Keaton's gonna be a hell of a player.
I'm not used to you making this much sense, Ron. This is very.
No, what did you say yesterday? If you're on the side with Ron, you're probably wrong.
So stay on that side. You're wrong. We're wrong. Stay on that side, fool.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. Like, once in a while, everybody's right once in a while.
The broken clock logic. All right.
Yep. Broken clock, right? One time a day.
You just got right.
One time a day now, I guess.
The
Clippers won it. Go ahead.
It just reminds me of the Lonzo Ball situation in Cleveland. What I mean when I say that, hear me out for a second. Lonzo Ball, when he went to Cleveland, it just made so much sense. Like, why shouldn't this work? I got a lead guard who can play off the ball when Darius Garland is on the floor. I got a point guard who can play on the floor when Darius Garland is out the game. I got a guy who can pass the ball. I got a guy who can knock down an open shot, and I got a guy who can defend. Now Wagler, for all intents and purposes, isn't a great defender. But what am I asking him to do with this Clipper unit? I'm asking him to stay healthy because Darius Garland is going to be out of the lineup. So I'm going to need him to play. I'm asking him to, I think that's a fact. I'm asking him to knock down open shots, which he exhibited that to me when he was at the University of Illinois. I understand that at the pro level it's different, but he's showing me that he can knock down an open shot. On top of that, I'm asking him not to be a negative. He's not going to be Darius Acuff or anything like that on defense. So when I look at this setup, it looks like it makes sense. The problem with Lonzo was that he couldn't make open shots. That's why it didn't work. That was the downside to this. With this kid Wagler, I feel like this thing just makes sense how it's put together because I can play multiple positions. And on top of that, we know the small ball merchant that Ty Lue is. When he goes to that small ball lineup, I can put Wagler at the wing. I can put him at the 3 spot because he can pass. And he can get that, and he can get downhill. So if I'm looking at the dynamic of the Clippers, this sounds like it makes a lot of sense. Now the question is will it pan out like that?
He ties together Darius Garland, Kawhi Leonard, and Mathurin, like the players that they have there. He ties all of that together very well because the things the playmaking and shooting backcourt of potentially those three specifically, like, okay, forget playmaking with Ben Mathurin, no offense, but like Darius Garland and Keaton Wagler give you so much space to work around Kawhi. And let's be honest, this is the team that traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm not saying Keaton Wagler is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's never going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But if you squint hard enough, you'll see plenty of Shai-isms. He is the guy who gets really low center of gravity, by the way. He can get really low. He can dip past, defenders. He's not the most explosive guy. He's not going to finish over you. Everyone made a big deal out of the fact that he didn't dunk all year. Saying he can't dunk is honestly like crackhead behavior. He can dunk. The fact that he didn't.
Should he have been top 5 pen, like according to
he I think he should be top 7, somewhere in there. He should go after 4 and before 7. I think he's a really good player because as much as people want to sell themselves on Michael Brown and Darius Acuff, and honestly, I had Kingston Fleming number 5 on my board. I think Kingston better than all of them, but that's just me. So in any order, they all got problems. Kingston's a little bit undersized, maybe the 3-point shooting will come around, won't come around. With Kingston, you got to add strength, and there's a little bit of vertical pop at the rim, and below the rim finishers aren't good basketball players. Logic that comes with that. But when you can shoot it, man, like Tyrese Halliburton showed us that you can shoot it like that, and you can manipulate space, and you can see the game faster than everybody else, and you problem solve as well as he does, and you manipulate the the pick and roll and get skinny into like tight spaces. Like he has a Like he has a chance to be successful in the same ways that Jalen Brunson is successful.
Now, really quickly, and a quick side note, John D, you came up here yesterday with a lot of energy. That Carr thing look like it's fucking with you. It does.
Huh?
That Carr thing, it looks like it's kind of bothering you a little bit. I don't know.
Oh no, hell no.
You
It ain't
good?
bothering me. I was just letting y'all have it.
Okay.
I was letting
just
y'all
making
have it. I
sure.
was about to give Rob his flowers.
Okay, I was just making sure.
I mean, shit. I had Cam Carr going before the 20th pick. You telling me Luka screen a roll, kick out pass to Cam Carr, and he gimped? Nah, man. I love the pick.
I was just
I
making
love
sure.
the pick.
Okay.
I think he has all the tools of what you want in a role player to play next to Luka Doncic. I don't need 19, 20, 21 a night. We just re-signed Austin Reaves. We got Luka Doncic. We got all the 20 a night we need. I need consistent 3-point shooting. I need somebody that's going to be able to attack closeouts. I need somebody that's going to drive to the rim hard. I need somebody that's going to play above the rim. And that's what Cameron Carr provides.
All right.
That's exactly what he provides.
Okay.
Me and Mars got off the stream right before they made that pick. I'm like, you know what? Let's just get Henry Vassar, who's Zuby Ejiofor is off the board. Let's just go get Henry Vassar. Let's call it a night. We get Cameron Carr. I'm very high on him.
Okay.
I'm very high on him. One of the best shooters in this draft class from NBA range. Off the dribble, off dribble handoffs, catch and shoot. I'm happy.
Okay, I'm just
happy.
making sure. Now,
Trust and believe. I'm cool. I'm letting y'all get y'all shit off because
all right. I just wanted to make sure.
I see
So-
y'all
Thank
talked
you, New
about the
York.
Lakers a little
Thank
bit,
you,
so
New
I ain't want to bring it back to the Lakers.
Yeah, we don't need to because we need to get to our grades. That's what we need to
So to
get
bring
We're
it
an hour
back
and
to
20
the
in.
Clippers, I think the Clippers got it right, Ron, with this guy. I'm gonna give him a B+. I think they got it right with him.
All right. We got another $10 super chat from Derek Mitchell. Derek said, trade Randall and win a title in 2 years. 2018 Lakers traded Julius Randle to the Pelicans. Lakers win the 2020 title. The 2024 Knicks traded Julius Randle for Cat. The Knicks win in 2026 title. Does the T-Wolves win in 2028?
Yes, it's confirmed.
To win when
We're
Edwards
gonna
is
remember
gone.
Derek Mitchell's super chat 2 years from now when the
Or-
Wolves are the NBA
or-
champions.
Julius Randle leaves the Timberwolves and he wins a title.
How about that for an idea?
Brooklyn Nets 2028.
Hard to win when Anson.
Lock it in.
No, the Wolves will win in 28, but the Nets will then win in 29. So they both get what they want. They both
And
get
then the
what
Lakers win in 27
I
and
have a
30.
great idea for the Brooklyn Nets. Please add RJ Barrett next. Just reunite all the Knicks legends, all of them. Bring them all together.
Why not?
Whoopity Scoopity sent through $10 and said, I know Penn has talked a lot about Bennett Stirtz. As an OKC fan, should I be excited? Also, I'm worried about Mara actually working. Tell me what he's good at and what he could be.
Wow.
Well,
Bennett
I
Stirtz,
hope-
in my opinion, might have been the best pick of the draft.
Yeah. I see a lot of Peyton Pritchard in
Mars
him.
knows ball. Okay.
Yeah, it might have been the best.
You
pick
know,
of the draft.
like I have a sneaky comparison for Bennett Stirtz. If you squint your eyes a little bit, you add a little bit more athleticism, a little bit more height, a little bit more vertical pop, a little bit more hang time. If you squint your eyes really tight, you might see a little bit of Michael Jordan. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But
Okay,
for
I was
real,
about to say.
but for
Add a bit
real,
of
like,
melanin. Yeah.
You make him a shade darker.
you might need to
Slap
go
a zero on his back and
five
throw him in
shades
Indiana.
darker. You need a 5 on the front, 5 on the back. Okay, cool. Look, Bennett Stirtz is immediately, I'm gonna say this pretty bold. He's the best pick and roll playmaker. He's the best pick and roll player in OKC right now. Yes, sir. Okay, he fits perfectly.
Yeah,
into
pick
that.
and roll player might be a stretch, but
Pick and roll passer.
playmaker.
Pick and roll.
There you go, there you go.
Not
I
pick and roll
agree, I
player.
agree,
Pick and roll
I
passer.
agree.
And
agree.
probably he has like sneaky Goran Dragic plus upside. Like there's bits in Goran Dragic, bits of Ty Jerome, bits of Gravis Vasquez. That doesn't sound like a sexy pick, but look, man, for a long time, I'm Serbian, so I'm very high on Serbian players. Usually, I have to catch myself being biased against them. I was big on Nikola Topic, and I've historically been very low on American white players. Shout outs to Caitlin Clark.
This is more the reason what Penn is telling me, Mars. Give me the kid. You don't need him.
Oh no, you can have
We
him
were
now.
just
Give me
talking
the
about
kid,
that.
Mars.
You can have
You
him now.
can have
Give
him.
me the
Yeah, you
kid,
can have him
Mars.
now.
Chill.
Yeah,
So what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah,
is
hand him
the
over.
player,
Go ahead,
the player that I'm
Thank
super
you.
biased for is Nikola Topic. The
Yes.
player that historically I would be super biased against is Bennett Stirtz. Ben Stirtz is so much better than Nikola Topic. It's not even funny. This is the ultimate problem solver. This is one of the best pocket passers I have ever evaluated in college basketball. He is chill. This guy does not get tired
Love
ever.
that.
He
Hold him,
doesn't
run all day.
He
all day. Love
yeah,
that.
he finds pockets. His hand-eye coordination is amazing, and he's not going to be Steph Curry, fine, but he has so many Steph-isms in terms of like how he gets that shot off, and his catch and shoot efficiency was ridiculous. His shot difficulty was nuts. The pace that Iowa played at and Drake subsequently played at, the talent that he played with, the context is very difficult to evaluate. But I promise you, OKC rocked this pick. Rocked it.
I think he's the best processor in the draft for sure.
Yes.
Better than Darius
For
Acuff.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah. In terms of
Acuff
speed
is
and
a more
quickness.
talented player. Acuff is a more explosive scorer.
I ain't even
Acuff
talking
is
about
better-
that like your ability to handle the ball. I'm talking about like you see the game and you see what's happening and you see
He
what's
sees the
going to happen.
game.
Yeah, I think
sees the
I think
game
he's the
as
best.
well
He
as
controls the whole game.
I think it's a yeah.
I
I
like
think he's the best.
literally the whole game because I don't know if
Yeah.
he ever gets subbed out.
him.
Like
and
literally the whole
Luther.
game.
I
In
love
turn,
that, yo.
like chill. If you cracked open the skull and looked at the basketball brain of every single player in this draft and evaluated them sight unseen, removed from the body, the context, the vert, the hype, the championships, Bennett Stirtz, Cameron Boozer. It's hard to find a third player.
Are we
in that
going
group.
to listening to you guys talk about this kid? Because I saw some. I did catch an Iowa game early this year. I saw them play Michigan, and I do like his control. But listening to you guys talk about him, are we going to have a redraft in 3 years? And then is this kid going to be at the top of the redraft? Is that what I'm listening to?
No,
top
but
10.
he'll
I don't know, I
be,
just
but
think
he'll
he's
be,
perfect for
he'll be a
top.
lot. He'll be a lottery pick in a redraft.
So can you guys talk to me about how does he fit on this OKC team? How do you guys see him
Shooting
over the
pass.
next 2 or 3 years? What does he look like?
He's their neck. Respectfully to AJ Mitchell, respectfully to J Dub, he is their second best ball handler instantly, in my opinion. He is the one
Better
you
than
trust to
AJ?
bring-
Yes,
you trust him
yes.
to bring the ball up,
agree.
initiate offense, run pick and roll, create for others, from day one. That's how good I think he is right now. Now I think he might be older than AJ, so you might be able to just say he's older. So
No, he's not.
Yeah, I think he's a
How
senior.
old is he? Not 22?
He's going to make the game so much.
How old is
easier
AJ?
for
I don't
Shea
know.
as well, man.
I think
AJ Mitchell's like 21.
He was
He's
born in
between, like,
2003,
21.
Mal, so he's 23 years old. He'll be 23.
Yeah.
He'll be 23.
Him and
in
AJ are
October.
similar age. I'll say that they're a similar age.
He'll be 23 in October.
He can shoot pull-up threes out of pick and roll. That's something no
I've
one on their
seen
roster
that.
can do.
He can
Literally,
play at
not
a
a single person
DHO.
on their roster can
From
do that.
deep.
Yeah, from legitimate range. Also, one thing that like is relevant, like watching Iowa, one of the slowest teams in college basketball, and he's still one of the most efficient rim finishers in the country. Like for a guard, I think he was at 65, 70% at the rim. So like you give him 70% at the rim, unassisted. By the way, he's getting downhill, creating for himself at the rim. Like the issues of secondary ball handling next to Shea are pretty much all eradicated with the addition of Bennett Stirtz. Plus, he can play next to guys like Shea because of his ability to shoot the ball and be a quick decision maker and play off the catch. And if now he draws a closeout, he's driving a closeout, he's moving the ball to the second side. Like he just fits so well, and he's also not a terrible defender. Like, and he's in the best defensive infrastructure of all time. So,
and he's an adult too.
Whose minutes does he take?
Chill.
Like,
Quick question for you.
That's
How
what I'm
many
trying to figure out.
Division II offers
Say
did
Lou
you have,
Dort.
Chill? No, hang on. Chill and Ron. How many Division II offers did y'all receive?
0.
I had one.
You had one?
Shout out Western Washington.
You had one less than Bennett Stirtz when he got out of high school. Bennett Stirtz had 2 Division II offers. He chose the better one, progressed from that, ends up going to Division I, playing at Drake, progresses from that, plays in a higher conference, in better competition, and every single step he got better. So the quantum leaps that typically a player takes, the year or two that a player takes to jump up a level, which is why most rookies struggle, he solves that equation very quickly. He's like, there's no player in this draft other than maybe AJ DeBonsa that I have spent more time watching than Bennett Stirtz. He was my favorite.
There's a part of me that's thinking like
he also doesn't turn the ball over. Sorry.
Yeah,
which is very important. Which is very important to me.
So is he playing over what's his name that came from Philly? Jared
McCain.
Yeah,
they're different type of players, but
he's a better player.
He's better than him. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how, because they have so many guards over there. Obviously, they just got off. They're getting off Isaiah Joe. They got off Aaron Wiggins. They're probably going to get off Lou Dort too.
Their guard rotation should be Shea, AJ, Bennett Stirtz, and then Jared McCain is like
he can take some AJ minutes. He's going to
and Jared McCain will be like their 5th guard, depending on game and whatever the case may be. But
so Jared's going to be the odd man out
as of now.
I don't know if he's the odd man out, Ron, because
I think get him out of there. Let's get him somewhere else.
No, I think he's going to be more.
Let's get him somewhere else because I can't do another Philly year.
I think he's going to be more of a situational guy. And what I mean when I say
that's the odd man out, chill.
Not really, because
he's the only one who doesn't have a consistent spot in the rotation.
Yes.
Well, J-Dub's not healthy then.
But he's also a guy who can come in and consistently knock down open shots. We need that.
Sure.
We 100% need that.
Yeah,
he's the best.
If I have too many ball handlers, one of those guys is going to be the odd man out. But I've only got like one guy that.
Well, what Kaysen and AJ do defensively is still going to keep them in the line.
Now that part right there is, I think that's the difference maker. But I think the difference with this kid Stirtz, I mean, first of all, Moss, being an adult on this crew, I think that helps tremendously. That's one of the main reasons, to your point, why he doesn't turn the ball over. Because he's a lot more mature than these guys.
Never turned the ball over.
I think he sees the game a lot different than a lot of these young guys.
The last time Bennett Stirtz may have a turnover, he was in grade 6. Okay.
That's just
okay.
With that being said, though, Penn, I think that him being an adult, I think that really enhances his rotation in the Oklahoma City lineup, because that's an adult that Coach Dagnall can trust.
One of the things that OKC really
odd man out is top.
Do you know who you are as a basketball player,
for sure.
and do you have the humility to go through the process that we need you to? The OKC Blue are calling, man. Like, you're gonna have to go through that route. You're not gonna be given a spot on this team, and Bennett Stirtz is gonna know that. On day one, he's gonna be 3rd string. I believe that. Now, by game 1, he might be 2nd string. And by year's end, he might be closing games out for you. He's that level of problem solver where he could bridge that gap. But be patient with this guy. He's going to be 23 before the start of the rookie season. So I understand some people might project that as though he doesn't have upside.
That doesn't bother me.
Again, 5 years ago, this guy was on nobody's radar. 5 years later, he was getting lottery buzz as early as like 2 months ago. So the journey that he's taken over those 5 years, you pray if you're the OKC Thunder that journey is just getting started and it's not being completed right now. But I think there's so much more upside to go. He got 20 pounds stronger since Iowa closed out. He got about 50, he had about 15, 16 pounds in weight to prepare for the next level. And honestly, this is the best defense in the NBA. If there is any concern about his ability to guard his yard defensively, this is the perfect team to insulate him as well. So, he's just going to make guys like, look, man, OKC is just, they didn't have great playmaking last year. Let's just be real. Sometimes the ball just kind of got sticky in Lou Dort's hands or, in
Shay's
hands. Shay's hands sometimes too. Shay's not a master, master creator for others. Sometimes he's gotten better at it. So adding a Adai Mara and adding Bennett Stirtz, you're adding a massive stimulus boost of proven commodities at passing and connecting the basketball. And who can play off
Sorber? What does this mean for Sorber?
Adai?
Yes.
What does Adai Mara join?
They can play together a little bit. They can.
Because we're not gonna.
All I hear is I Heart's a Laker.
I mean, Isaiah Hartenstein is definitely not in the cards going forward.
Everybody's a Laker according to JD.
Yeah, but
it's Laker off season, chill. You know how I get.
I'll take this.
You're gonna have to get off one.
Yes, sir. I'll take that right there.
They're doing what it takes to shed the money that comes with them having to pay Shea, J-Dub, and Chet.
Yeah,
and they're doing it about as perfectly as you could hope for.
Yeah, and we kind of knew that this was what OKC was going to do. It was just a matter of executing it, which me personally, I didn't question them being able to execute it just because their draft history is ridiculous. Sam Presti is literally the Einstein of the draft. But they're taking their assets that they have and replenishing what's like walking out the door and not even thinking twice about it. And so, I think we're going to see a bunch of iterations of OKC doing this. And to the Bennett Stirtz thing, Penn is right. That's we all have seen it. OKC has lacked over these last 2 years just a true point guard. Like AJ Mitchell is good. He's a good playmaker. He's a good scorer, good defender. He's not a true point guard. Shea obviously isn't a true point guard. There's a lot of people that call him a two. If he is what you guys say he is, a dude that can really just set the table and be a conductor, this could really be scary, y'all. Really, really be scary.
I'm with that.
I'm as sure about him as I've been about most of my right picks, like Dylan Harper, Scotty Barnes. I've watched too much. The only thing that could be sometimes a concern is I never know when a guy jumps up to the pro level, how do they handle coming off the bench? I never know how does a guy feel going away from what they know. And what he described in a couple of interviews that I watched with him, where he was crying for a week or he was homesick or something like that. That can always be the outlier. They'd have to rule that out from a psychological testing perspective. Is he someone who's going to be cool being away from his family, away from familiar situations, away from his favorite grocery store? But I'm glad he went the long way. He could have come out last year and been a top 20 pick, to be honest with you. Yeah.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna read 2 more super chats. Oh, well, there goes John. I'm gonna read 2 more super chats, and then we are going to start our grading of every pick in the draft. The first super chat that I want to read is from Respect Steph. Said Phylon at 22 is insane to me, but a dog gonna stand out anywhere. He a top 3 guard in his draft, and he not 3.
That's insane. No, he's not.
That's crazy value though at 22.
Respect Steph. Relax. I'm not saying that he's not he's a steal at 22.
Yeah, he had him as maybe a top 5 guard, I think. But
he's a steal at 22.
And Philly had to take him. You have to take
That's a fair eval. That's a fair eval to say he's, potentially top 5 because, he had 2 very different seasons over the last couple of years where the defense fell off last year. The shooting wasn't so great the first year. He's not the twitchiest athlete, man. He's not even I wouldn't say if you rank every point guard right now in terms of every way we rank athleticism, he's grading out in the 60th, 50th percentile. What he has is craft. What he has is, he can get his feet very skinny and then get very wide. He gets low in his stance. He has a low center of gravity. And he shot 40% from 3. So there's reason to believe in it. But he's also 185 pounds. So there's legit concerns. To act like this is a no-brainer is insane. Whether it works out or not is irrelevant. There were safer bets at guard on this draft board.
If Keaton Wagler can become 210, then Phylon can become 250.
Do you prefer? Did anyone up here prefer Ibuka Corey over Phylon? I did, just for the record. But did anyone else?
I like both. It was a situation dependent thing for me based on.
I haven't got a chance to glaze Ibuka the way I want to glaze Ibuka. Pause. Ibuka is like that. When I see Ibuka, it's the one where you got to wipe your glasses off and look closer, because when I see Ibuka, he got some Kyrie to him, y'all. Now, I'm not saying he's gonna be the most powerful player and the most skilled player. No. I'm telling you, when you look at his tape, he got Kyrie to him. Now, I'm not saying he's gonna be Kyrie once again. The moves he puts together, nobody in this draft. You can say maybe Darius Cuff. Maybe Darius Cuff
for those minutes. Does he push Dennis Jenkins for those minutes?
They're probably gonna play together because Ibuka today walking in is their second best shot maker / creator.
Yeah, they need that big time.
So he better than
low key. Just from what just from the college clips, he low key better than Cade. I'm not saying he's a better scorer than Cade, but when it comes his move package is disgusting. His move package. I want you guys to understand what I'm saying.
Cade coming out of college.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he's better than Cade. It doesn't mean he's a better offensive player than Cade. Doesn't mean he's a better scorer than Cade. Because once again, he's what, 6'2", 6'3"?
6'1", actually.
6'1"?
Yeah.
He got more burst and more quickness than we give him credit for.
For sure.
Ibuka, the way he has that ball on a string is ridiculous. Step backs, hezzies, cross, tweens. He does all of that. I'm telling, like, when I'm just looking at your highlights, looking at what you can do with the ball, looking at your ability to put the ball in the hoop, maneuver defenses, break down defenses, to me, he is the best in the draft at doing that. Now, once again, just being able to put the ball in the hoop and being able to do a bunch of moves and stuff, that doesn't make you better than other people. But for what Detroit was looking for, another guy next to Cade to just handle the ball, another guy to create his own shot, another guy to get in the paint and just break down defenses. They hit a home run with this guy. Him being able to fall to them, that's amazing for them. And once again, Ibuka like that. Shout out to Ibuka, man. But
he's a really good player, man. I mean, he can split doubles well. The ball handle is really nice. The shot making is very good as well, especially with the athleticism. I want to see him get better as a passer and playmaker, of course. But as far as like what Detroit need, he fits that bill as being like a one-man scoring wrecking ball off the bench next to Cade, whatever. He adds what Detroit needed, and what Detroit needed was more self-creation, and he brings that really well.
Yeah, shout out my dog Ibuka. I'm curious to see. I'm also excited to see him in the summer league too, as well as a lot of these guys. But I want to see if he could get busy in the summer league. But all right, fellas, let's go ahead and get into it. Pitt will probably join up back in a second. We're gonna start with the top pick. We haven't talked too much really about the top four. We talked a little bit about Caleb, a little bit about Cam, but we haven't talked about Darren or AJ like that because it's Darren and AJ. But we're going to start by grading this pick for the Washington Wizards. I think this is a pretty easy grade, but you guys talk to me. What do you have to pick?
I think they got it right with this kid. Super dope athlete, great one-on-one player. I think he fits right in what they need at the 3 spot. Guy who can put the ball on the floor. I think he's going to be great in transition playing with Trey. Defensively, I think Anthony Davis and Alex Sarr can insulate him when he has mismatches. I think that they can protect him as roamers. And as a ball handler, I think that he could really help them. I give them an A. Yes.
Everybody else is on board with that? Or does anybody have a different grade other than A?
I don't like to be that guy.
Be him. Be him, John.
I don't like to be that guy.
Be him.
I'm going to give him an A-.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just giving him an A-. I'm just giving him an A-.
Why?
No, we know why. You about to find out in a minute.
Darren.
Yeah, about to find out
exactly. But you know what? It's still an A because I can get with AJ DeBonce to be a number one. Would he be my number one? No. But I definitely understand the pick. So instead of an A+, A or A-.
I'll give it A+. Man.
All right. Darren Peterson or AJ DeBanza, A+.
Ron, no.
Yeah, he gets an A+ from me as well. He's gonna sell the shit out of those tickets. They're gonna go from $10 to $14 overnight. It's amazing. Box office.
All right, Darren Peterson. What are we thinking about for Darren?
A+, man. A+. A+.
Like
I
but
said,
I do worry, like not worry, but I think it's a good problem to have. But I think when I look at this Utah Jazz roster now, this is a weird thing to say, but I think they're getting to the point where you almost have too much good young talent or too many guys where it's going to be very difficult, I think, for them to all develop equally in an ideal world. So I think that like Darren Peterson's a guy that I want. I know he said him and Keontae George are going to be the best backcourt in the league.
Oh God.
We'll wait and see. But I think there's just other pieces there where it's like, how much rope does Ace Bailey have? You know, Bryce Sensabaug's got something there. He's had a 40 ball in the league. What does that look like? Isaiah Collier's shown some playmaking. Like Cody Williams entered the rotation again. Philip Kowski was supposed to be good. Like Walker Kessler, this situation, like all these different things are happening. You know, Keontae George had the leap last year. And it's like, I think it can get to that point, and then it makes the front office decisioning down the line maybe a little bit tougher. But I think I was just looking at this roster yesterday, and I'm like, DP is the guy. Like, you take him, obviously, it's a no-brainer, and you put the ball in his hands, in my opinion. But it's like, I think they run that risk as well, where it's a weird thing to say, but you can almost sometimes have too many guys where you can see such a high upside for them that maybe none of them get there because you're trying to give this thing like the due harmony it deserves. But
it's interesting.
I think it's tough. I think it's tough in a way. It's a good problem.
I disagree.
Damien,
I completely with that.
I agree with mostly everything you're saying. The only problem is Walker Kessler isn't on the team. So when we look at all the young players,
he will.
Where is he? Where is he?
He might let
we know where
they
he's
like.
But that's beside the point. That's
So y'all getting iHeart and Walker?
Yeah,
that's beside the point. That's beside the point.
my
I just need to be consistent. That's beside the point. As far as what we're
Stay focused.
Speak it into existence.
I don't hate what you're saying. I don't hate what you're saying because when you do have a lot of young players, some of the development can be prioritized over others, but that's just how the game goes. Like, we're going to prioritize Darren Peterson before we prioritize Isaiah Collier. You know, like, that's just how the game goes. I think this is the season where it's like, we're going to start weeding some of these guys out because we got talent here. We got talent here. We are just going to have to, because either we're going to start weeding them out and seeing what we can get for them, or we're going to start just bleeding their value season by season by season to the point where it's like, oh, now he's up for a rookie extension. What does that look like? We haven't even seen enough sample size of what he can do on the floor consistently. Can he be a starting level point guard? Can this guy be a NBA? Can his 3-point shot translate to the NBA? Is this guy the defender that he's shown flashes of in his rookie season, in his collegiate days? So I think this is probably the year that they're probably going to start getting weeded out, some of these young players, especially when you bring in a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr. You still have Larry Markkinen, who is considered to be an all-star level player. You have Ace Bailey. How does that look? How does Darren Peterson look? Keontae George just had his breakout season. So we start weeding these players out, and we find out the direction we're taking with the guys we chose to stick on this roster, and then we build from there. So I think we're at a point where it's like, maybe it's time to start figuring out who's going to be here for the future and who is like, we see the avenue, we're just not the best team to get you there.
All right, fellas, back to Darren Peterson. Grades on Darren Peterson. Is there anybody who doesn't have him as an A+ for the number 2 overall pick?
I got him as an A. Yes.
A+.
They got it right.
If Cam Boozer becomes like what I think he could become,
which is what, Penn?
An 8-time All-Star, 9-time All-Star. It's not easy to beat that, but I get it. And to the point of like having too many good young players, when you're really bad.
Hey, Penn, we got 30 picks to get to. So I would love to hear this take, but I'm like, we can't talk about the Utah Jazz when we have 28 other players that we gotta grade.
Gotcha.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, he gets an A+.
All right, Cam Boozer.
A+.
A+.
Is there anybody else who doesn't think he's an A+?
No, they got it right in Memphis. They got that core that they have there. So Ja's the only one left from that group, Ron. So everybody
Ja
else is gone. And
Yeah,
Ja's
he's
gone.
gone.
So now we rebuilding this thing with Ja's the only one that's left. So we
I
rebuilding
don't
this
know if
thing.
Joe's gone, but I guess.
So we're rebuilding this thing with Boozer, Zach Edey, Wells, and Coward. That's our core right there. We're gonna build around those 4 guys, and that's who we are moving forward. So Ja, Desmond Bain, Triple J, and Dylan Brooks are out. This is who we're moving forward with. I think they got it right, Ron.
So is there anybody that doesn't think that Cam Boozer's the A+? Cam Boozer's the A+ too. We start out with 3 A+. Now we have Caleb Wilson with the Chicago Bulls. Let me get you guys his grades.
Hey, they got it right with him. Yes, they definitely got it right with him. I think he's perfect for what they're doing. I'm already on. Ron, you already know how I feel about him. I think he's gonna be the best player in the draft.
I'm somewhat there with you, Chill.
Every team in the top 4 got exactly
if
what
Caleb
they
Wilson's
needed.
going to be the best player in the draft, how are AJ, Darren, and Boozer A+?
Because
Exactly.
they could be whoa. You could be the best player in the draft, and those other guys can be great for what they're building in Memphis. They could be great for what
The
they're building.
4th pick is the best player in the draft. The first 3 teams that passed on him obviously didn't get an A+.
Yes, I
Wait,
agree with that logic.
How is that
Just
true?
logically speaking.
Okay, so we're clear. Just so we're clear, LeBron James was the best player in the draft. Miami got it right.
First overall.
Miami got it right.
That's not the same thing, Joe.
With the
Like
one
even
Yes,
with
they did.
like the Rockets getting
Toronto got it
Hakeem,
right
if Michael
with
Jordan's
Carl.
available,
They
like
did.
and you didn't get Michael Jordan.
But Chris
It's not an
Bosh wasn't
A+.
the best player in the draft. Chill.
Hakeem's still an A+
Okay,
draft pick right there. Though.
The best example of this
He's an
is
A+
if you're saying
draft
number
pick
4
relative to draft picks, but not relative to the draft in which you passed on Michael Jordan.
in the 2005.
Is that how we're grading though? Like,
Yes, that should be how you grade. In 2005, Chris Paul was the best player in the 2005 draft. Agreed? Yes,
Yeah.
clearly, obviously.
yeah.
Yes, okay, probably the best, second best point guard, third best point guard of all time. Andrew Bogut, Marvin Williams, and Darren Williams, therefore, are not A+. They are at best B+ to A- because you passed on Chris Paul. That has to be the logic here. So, if you're going to tell me that the fourth pick is the best player in the draft, no, then teams 1 and 2 and 3, that's fair logic.
I mean,
If Dwayne Wade,
wait,
if
no.
Dwayne Wade went number
Yes.
1 in 03,
Yeah.
and LeBron fell to 3, are we giving the Cavs an A+ for taking Dwayne
No,
Wade?
let's flip it though. Let's flip it because I want to be able to put some context to it. Let's say that the Heat had the number 1 pick, and then the Cavs had the pick where they still got Braun, and their career still went the same way it went. Dwayne Wade is still an A+.
This is
I don't agree.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not. I'm not saying that
we just disagree, but that's fine. Yeah, we just
No, but
disagree.
you understand what I'm saying? Like Dwayne Wade is
No,
still
Ron.
an A+ pick though. He's still an A+.
Yes, it is.
Number one
I
pick.
think
I
it should be relative
You got a
to
championship in year
what- I
three.
think
You
it should be
got a
relative
championship
to
in
what
year
you passed up on.
Okay,
You're just viewing it
I'm not
isolated.
gonna appreciate
Was
that.
this pick? Did this player become good? Yes or no?
I can
I'm viewing it. Was this player good? Yes or no? Could you have done better? Yes or no? If you could have done better, it's not an A+. That's how I'm viewing it. But we just disagree, and we don't have a lot of time
Houston
to
could
get
not
into why I disagree. But I just disagree. It's hard for me to say the fourth pick in the draft is the best player in the draft, but the top 3 teams all get an A+. Like that, in my mind, that just doesn't.
Hold on, it's because it's a tier break, right? Because 1, 2, 3, and 4 have all been discussed in the same conversations. Now, if just so happens that the 30th pick in this draft, Koa Pete, develops a jump shot and by some magic divine miracle ends up being the best player in this draft, well, okay, I'm not docking teams 1, 2, 3, 4 because Koa Pete was never in those conversations. But Cam Boozer, Darren Peterson, AJ DeBonsa, and Caleb Wilson have been in.
Caleb Wilson was always seen as the 4th pick, though.
Agreed. But if Chris Bosh turned out better than if Chris Bosh turned out better than LeBron James is not an A+. I'm sorry, it's just not the case. Now, LeBron is different because that was a consensus.
You could still be
LeBron
an A+
draft.
with the. You could still be an A+ if the group. And I know we got to move on, Ron. You know what, Ron?
No. Keep going, Chill.
You can still be an A+ if the team got it right with you, even if this other player was better. So, for example, like you just said, Moss, Michael Jordan was the best player in the draft. The Rockets got it right with Olajuwon. He was still an A+ player for him. To your point, Penn. Chris
There
Paul
was a better answer.
Okay, we didn't.
What was Houston told what to do in the first round?
We got Jordan and play him at center. Jordan and play him at center.
And you know what? In hindsight, that's a better idea.
But in the process of that, you know what? We got a center, and this dude turned out to be really fucking awesome.
Yeah, and you won 2 championships when the guy who went number 3 retired. Come on, man.
But with that being said, we still got it. We still got it right with this guy. Now rewind. Now fast forward to what you just said about 2005 with Chris Paul. Chris Paul being the best player in that draft. Utah got it right with Darren Williams. They got it right with this guy. He was one of the
No,
best
they
point guards in the
didn't.
league.
But I
They
think
didn't
you
even
can
get
get
the
it
best point
right.
guard in the
I-
draft. How the hell
better
did they
than
get it
that.
But I
right?
think you
Still
can
got
get
it
it right.
right.
I'm just disagreeing with the premise of an A+.
No.
I'm not saying give the
Got
guy
it
an
wrong.
F.
Divide is,
I'm not
Mars.
saying give AJ an F because Caleb Wilson turns into the best player in the
At
class.
least give him an A-.
But I just don't understand how we can have an A+ when the 4th pick is better than the number 1 pick.
Look, the reason
Like,
I gave AJ
A+
an
is
A+
right
is
there.
because I
You
genuinely
give
believe
Give him
he
an A.
has.
Give him an A-.
Clearly,
give him
we
a
should have
B+.
set out the
I said A.
criteria, Ron.
Everybody has their different
A+
criteria.
yeah,
We'll
A+
all put them
is where
together
I
in a
get
melting
lost.
pot,
Yeah,
and it's going
A+
to come
is where
out
I
to what
get
it
lost.
comes out to. So I do think that Caleb is better than Cam, and him and Darren are like neck and neck for me. I still give all 4 teams an A+ to just because I think that they're all still relatively on that same tier, and I think they all did their thing with this. Like I'm not.
Okay.
I would have with any aside from AJ number 1. I think AJ had to be the number 1 pick. Outside of that, the next 3 it could have went in any order, and I would have gave them all an A+ just simply because I believe that the prospects are that good for those teams, for those individual teams. That's where I'm at with it. I think that they're all right there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's why I've stayed quiet for the first 3 picks because I'm giving the Memphis Grizzlies a C. Like, so
Really,
you took the next best player available. Like, I'm not giving the Spurs an A+ for getting Wemby. Like, what else was you meant to do?
I'm
What else
gonna
were the
get-
Grizzlies meant to do?
I'll give
You were
the
meant
Spurs
to
an
take Cam
A+.
Boozer. You got a layup. You got a wide open layup. Cool. Like, that's not an A+ pick.
You could have
An A+ pick, in my opinion, is getting
plenty of guys.
an
have
A+
layups
pick is
before
when
the
you
ball
actually
out
have
to the
a
long ball
decision
line.
to make.
We've seen that plenty
Like,
of
you have
times. Mars.
you get
Plenty.
LeBron at 1.
Mars, the
Cool.
test
A+, I guess. You
the
made a
test
layup.
is
Like,
out
So
of
that means Spurs
100,
could never
Mars.
get an A+.
The
I
test
guess.
is out of
Like
100, Mars.
in my opinion, Boozer is the best player in the class. In my opinion, you took a layup. Whoever fell to Memphis, if it was Darren, if it was AJ, they were gonna take whoever fell.
yeah.
Like all they had to do was make the wide open layup. Like
Yeah,
that's
and they
not
could-
an
and
A+
they-
to me. In my
and
mind,
That's what makes it an A+ though, because it was like
Yeah, but
it's.
I didn't say A+,
that's why I just
said A.
stayed quiet because I didn't.
I got you though.
To derail by like, oh,
Yeah.
for me, it's a
Self-censored. I
C.
appreciate it.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah,
but
I
in my
hear you,
mind, that's
I
just
hear
how I view it. Which is for me, I would give based on how you guys are going. I'm just gonna. I should have just stayed quiet on the Caleb Wilson A+ too because it's the same thing. Caleb Wilson to me was another.
I
layer.
didn't give him
It's
an
like,
A+. I said A. That's the
Caleb
grade I said
Wilson
we're
is the
holding
most
it.
Okay, that makes
noble
even less
player.
sense.
Look,
Like, you got it.
All right, look, we're gonna move to number 5, Mikal Brown Jr. This is gonna be interesting.
nope.
We skipped Keaton
Keaton
Wagler.
Wagler.
Oh,
Number 5.
my bad. Keaton Wagler.
I think they got it right with this
Give
guy
him,
too.
yeah, I'll give him a B+, A-. That'll
Yeah.
probably be.
I'll give it an A.
Yeah,
I'll give it a
that's
B.
the-
Straight B, solid B.
I
I'm
give
good
him
with
B+ because I think that he could. I think that the struggle is going to be real early on, and there's some people that's going to scrunch their face up. But I'm going to give him a B.
Yo, we need to get.
But I
some
think he's going to
Fs
pan
up
out.
here.
Though. Oh, the hate's going to start. Don't you worry about that, Penn. We're going to get to that.
Mars, what you got for Keaton?
G-.
Really?
Did you say D-?
I'll give him a C, I guess.
Okay, so he.
Yeah,
he
I
took it
think
wrong.
I'm. I'll say A-. I'll say A-. I'm a Keaton guy. All right, Mikal Brown Jr. How we feeling about Mikal in Brooklyn?
I'm giving an A.
I'll give it a B.
B+.
I'll give it a B+ as well.
I'll give it a B.
I love him.
want us an
I
A.
think they got the. I think they.
I
got
love
the-
him, though. I love him.
I still think the floor is too low for me to give it an A because if it doesn't work out, it looks bad. So I'll get it.
It will look really bad.
All right, Darius A. Cuff, Sacramento Kings.
A+.
Are we
A+
grading them
for
on a Kings curve or the
C.
same curve we're doing
I
everyone
think they're going to wreck this kid.
A+.
He wanted to.
I think they're going to ruin him.
However you
No,
want to
I
do it.
agree, Joe. But
Chill,
it's the
you
right
have been
pick for-
brainwashed by Swiper.
I think they're going to wreck this kid.
Number one, he wanted to be there. They need a franchise point guard.
Which
they
I
don't
would
have a
love for that to
direction.
happen.
He gives them an honest direction, and there's no.
Do they?
to win.
They don't
Box
have a
office
direction.
as well.
They
Do
do have
any
direction.
idea what they're
the
doing?
ball is in his hands. That's their direction.
Oh my
He's going to sell
God.
tickets. Another franchise that goes from $10 tickets to $14 tickets
they're gonna
overnight.
wreck this
He
kid.
is
Yeah.
box office. He is fun to watch. He's never going to win. Congratulations. Okay. I personally, I'll give this a C+. Not because they made the wrong pick for who they are, because they did exactly what the Sacramento Kings always do. But Kingston Fleming's right there, man. And Kingston Fleming's, to me, would drive winning for your organization. That changes culture. Keegan Murray was the winning pick. Now, who did the Kings want the year they got Keegan? They wanted Jaden Ivey. This team is honestly mentally deficient. The one time they picked a winning player, they fell ass backwards into that
Damn,
player.
Sacramento, fight back.
I think that this is an A+ for me, man.
Yeah, I'm with Damien.
I think he's an A caliber player.
plus.
I just
It's just gonna be box
winning
office. It's
player,
good for the
Tyrese
league. It's
Halliburton,
good for the
winning
league,
player.
man.
They trade them all away. If you win too much, if you exhibit any inkling of winning character, they will trade your ass. They're trying to trade Domas right now. No, they only want the Darius Acuffs and Zach Levines of the world. They want bro. We need to create a Kings super team of just all empty calories, bullshit basketball. Hey, Utah, go calling. They got a couple of those guys. You could have Keldon Johnson too. Just pile them all together in the same team. They could all lose together. Misery loves company, right?
Yeah, I think you guys are dragging this whole thing. I think not only is he going to go to Sacramento and help the team, but also I believe he's going to get busy from day one. This is my favorite for rookie of the year because he's gonna have the ball in his hands and he doesn't have nobody else to take the ball out of his hands. We are finna see Arkansas 2.0.
You're gonna see Tyreek Evans.
He might come in averaging 20 and 7.
Easy.
Yeah,
no bullshit.
And that'll get it done as well, by the way.
Yeah, because rookie of the year is pure PRA. So shit, yeah, he might.
Is he better than Keontae George right now? Probably.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No. They're basic. That to me, they're
not
the same
after the
person.
season, Keontae.
To me, they're the exact same person. So I mean, sure.
Hey, the defense is egregious.
And Keontae got a lot of love for averaging 23 and 7, despite being the worst defender I've ever laid eyes on. Darius Acuff gonna do the same shit. So
he's gonna look a little bit better doing it.
Yeah, and so
they're gonna ruin this kid.
Kings fans are gonna love him.
They're not gonna ruin him. He's probably gonna be exactly what he was in college. And they're just not gonna win shit. And you're gonna say he got ruined by the Kings.
So
the reality is he never played defense a day in his life.
So when's the last time you heard a consensus top 10 guy say, "I really want to be a Sacramento King"? When's the last time that happened?
Never.
Hey, miracles happen. Darius Acuff wanted to be there. His camp pushed him there. He literally staged the entire draft so that he could have the ball in his hands. And Sacramento is a perfect situation.
As he should,
As he should, yeah.
No, absolutely. This is a huge bet on yourself. He wants to be a franchise player. He fancies himself as that. He doesn't want to be held accountable. He doesn't want to play behind anybody.
Is it? And I'm telling him, Ron, stay away from her. She's gonna wreck you. She's gonna ruin you, Ron.
Chill. You can't. You cannot wreck a car that doesn't run. He's home. He's perfectly fine there. He's gonna put up big numbers. He's gonna be an all-star possibly.
You know what? I'm getting on board with you guys.
It's cool.
I'm getting on board with you guys. Darius Acuff in Sacramento.
If he if he can't put up numbers in Sacramento, respectfully, he was just gonna be a bust. That's not the Kings' fault.
And it's not that I don't think he can play. I think that he's a fucking gem. I just think that Sacramento's gonna fucking kick.
So you want him to go to Brooklyn, chill? Better.
To be honest with you, I'd much rather him with Jordy Fernandez than what's going on in Sacramento.
Sure.
Yes.
I can get with that.
All right. Next up at number 8, we got Kingston Flemings.
A+.
I like that.
Best guard available at 8.
Awesome.
Pearson.
The Hawks are such a
good fit with Atlanta. Yeah,
they're
building something.
You talk about a team that is just knocking it out. Every decision is just iron, perfect. They don't overpay. They get smart picks. They got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Aaron Wiggins. This is a team that's building something. Kingston Flemings fits perfectly into this. Dyson Daniels, steal. Jalen Johnson, steal. Onyeka Okongwu, keeping him, steal. Taking a bat on, Kristaps Porzingis and then flipping him. Steal. They're just really smart. Onsi Saleh is one of the most underrated GMs, period. It's awesome. Shout outs to the Hawks, man. They're amazing.
I'll give this an
The
A.
CJ business is good as
Hate
well.
the team, but hate the team, love the organization. Fuck.
I think
there's reports with them and Jaylen Brown. I don't know if I love it, but
definitely their type of player.
Yeah,
I mean they need a half court scorer. Jaylen Brown probably the best one you could get. So
yeah, I wouldn't hate it.
Back to Mars's point, I mean, we can now move Dyson Daniels to the wing and we can give him the basketball. I like it. I do. B. That's where I'm going with him.
Yeah, I'm with Chill. I'll say B+.
I'll give them an A. Right. Yeah, I'll give them an A.
All right. Morez Johnson Jr. This should be interesting. At 9 for the Dallas Mavericks. What are we giving this grade for this pick?
B-.
Was it like give Keaton Wackler?
You gave him a D-.
No,
You
you give him a
see,
C.
no, you
give him a C.
upgraded
You
to
give him a
C.
C. You give him a C.
Okay, I'll move Keaton to a C-, and I'll give the Morez pick a C+.
Yeah, I wasn't really.
I'm gonna move it to
I
a C-.
like Morez Johnson, by the way. People are interpreting this as me thinking Morez Johnson's a bad player. I think Morez Johnson is a really good player. I just think 9 was a stretch, but I think he's a really good player. So C+, I think he's a good player, but not higher because I think you.
And the
reached that
logic
high.
of like, oh, your coach picked you, so it must be perfect. Actually, that's a perfect example of like bias, potentially, right?
I
You
think this is
coached
a
this
C
guy,
pick.
so you didn't coach Hannes Steinbach. Sorry, you didn't coach Ibuka, Corey, who was, by the way, viable at this point. Like,
I mean, we might be overstating how much of an input Dusty May had on the draft.
facts. He just got hired.
Yeah, like we might, like maybe they asked him in the interview process, but like there's no guarantee he was in the war room pulling all the strings. Like we don't know.
This is a Hansen Yang special, bro. It's not quite as much of a stretch, but like,
Yeah,
I mean, it's like the last time you were this surprised by a pick, and I mean, honestly, shout out to anyone who had this right because of the Dusty May hire. Hansen Yang last year was surprising, right? It was very surprising.
very.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was sitting in the stands.
And who was in that front office? Mike Schmidt. So once again, Mike Schmidt becomes general manager of Dallas, and Dallas goes off the board. And I'm sorry, like some people, and I know some people are going to say, oh, it's Rich coming from you. They just really want to think they're the smartest person in the room, and they think they figured out something that nobody else sees. And it's not. You're batting upstream here. Like you might be outsmarting yourself sometimes. Because when you're really smart, you can convince yourself just about anything. Oh, I see the value. Oh, he grew so much. Oh, he won a national championship winning bias. We hired his coach. We have all the intel. Yo, like there's very little chance to me that he's going to be the ninth best player in this draft. He'll be good, safe, but.
All right, so Mars, you said C+.
Yeah.
What's everybody else coming with?
I'm the same C. This one probably my least favorite pick.
I'm going to say B- because I think he's going to play more because I think the Gaffett and I think he's going to be more insurance. And I think you're going to see a lot of minutes from him. And the stuff that he does good, I think you're going to see a lot of that stuff, a lot of the dirty work stuff from him. So I'm going to say B-.
I don't like his passing. He's a really reckless decision maker sometimes and can't create his own shot at all. And I just generally speaking, like I feel like there's a good chance he just drafted like taller Isaiah Stewart. It's not a bad player, but
yeah, I'm gonna go B-. I'm with Chill too. I think that they're really leaning into defense and rebounding and physicality, especially next to Cooper Flagg. I think these two on the defensive end are a nightmare and a terror. And also the reason why I'm gonna say this too, because if they would have reached and grabbed Jaden Quaintance, it wouldn't be. You guys would be a little.
Be honest, if they would have got Quaintance at 9, I would have given them a D.
No, for sure. But I'm saying like it would have been more people leaning into. Oh man, the D. And I know Quaintance is projected to be a better defender.
I understand the rationale. I would have given him a D.
And that's what I'm saying.
Jaden Quaintance about to get surgery like in the offseason. Like he's probably not playing his rookie year.
that's why they picked Terrace Reed.
Yeah, that's why they picked
Terrace
Reed.
Reed. But he's gonna be with Austin.
But so like if Dallas would have done that, I would have given him a D.
No, for sure.
And
but
I
I'm
think
saying
he's a better prospect than Morez. But
and so that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I see the vision with what they potentially are trying to do just on the defensive end. Offensively, not so much, but defensively, I can buy into that. John, how are you? Oh, never mind. Bye, John. John, how you?
You're back. Yeah, you're back.
I was about to say, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I give it a C. I give it a C2. They could have traded back and got Morez Johnson. I didn't think he was a top 10 player in this draft. I pretty much echo what Mars said. I do like him as a player. I did not like him at 9. They could have traded back to maybe 14 and got Morez. So
my intel says he's not on the board past 13. So that's
okay. Trade back to 13.
So OKC would have taken him, or
Man,
I would have liked that for OKC.
Yeah,
probably more than Mara.
All right, Braden Burry's at 10. Grades, thoughts to the Milwaukee Bucks, by the way.
C-.
A-.
Yeah, B minus.
I give him a B, Mars. I think they got their lead guard.
Yeah, Ryan Rollins. Yeah. Ryan Rollins is that league guard. Braden Burris is that too.
I mean,
Let
Tyler
me
Hero is
rephrase
their
that. I
league
think
guard.
No,
I don't think Tyler
Tyler
Hero's gonna be on
Hero.
the team.
Yeah, he's not
Braden-
with the Milwaukee Jersey.
Braden Burrs is just a winning basketball player. Now the
He's
on-ball
from
Milwaukee. Yeah, on a
creation might
team
be
that's not
limited, but
winning.
like, no, I hear that, but you got to start somewhere, and that's the Charlotte mantra, right? Like, you know, Con Knipple is just a winning basketball player. You know, Sion James just a winning basketball player. You bring in guys who have good habits and safe floor, and there's maybe a little bit of an upside of a star outcome here. It's you have to squint a little bit. It's not obvious at all. The creation is a little bit
I
worrying.
can move it up to a C plus. So that's about as far as I'm going. Move it up to a C plus because I do understand the vision. I understand the vision. It's just I'll go C plus.
Yeah, I think they got the best available player at this pick, and so I can give him. I'll give him some credit with that. I'll go B minus.
I mean,
B minus.
if they'd passed on Kingston
B
Flemings
minus
for this
is fair.
pick, because if he wasn't on the board, but like if rumors were that Kingston Flemings might fall to 10 or 11, if they passed on Kingston for Braden, I would have given this like a C. But because of who was on the board, I give this an A minus. Solid.
I agree.
Good idea.
All right, 11. We got Yaxel Lindenberg.
A plus probably.
I think he helps them tremendously. I'll give him. I think he works in that Warriors system. Yes,
I don't think there was a better pick for them.
I think they got it right with him. I do.
Yeah.
I'll give him a B.
Did you see the report that they said Yaxel was number 2 on their boards?
The Warriors?
Yeah, they said
On their
you see the
overall
video?
board?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
see
The
the
only
video
player
with
they had,
them
the only player
arguing
they had
over it?
definitively above Yaxel was Cambuza. So,
They were
which
arguing
I think
on the board, and I don't know if
analytically
you
is
guys saw
like
that.
if that holds out. Like analytically, I think Yaxel probably was like the second most productive player. Now, obviously, he's 206 years old, but
Yaxel's a monster. But Damien, what were you saying?
There was a video that surfaced of like Mike Dunleavy and Joe Lacob like arguing in the boardroom while they were on the clock. It was just a weird thing, and then Mike Dunleavy like basically admitted it after in the press conference, which was just a weird situation because apparently they wanted to potentially move the pick
Or move back
for a veteran, like essentially send the pick
yeah,
out.
they
so-
drafted as close to a veteran as they could.
Yeah, so I think that was what was attractive to them. So they want someone that can obviously contribute straight away. But I actually thought a day might be the guy here for them
That's who I thought it was.
Those were the two
Because-
that I think, yeah.
because they're unsure if Kristaps is going to come back. Al Horford might retire. Quinton Post isn't the guy. They moved off Trace Jackson Davis. Like they haven't found the answer yet in that center position, and there's not many sort of 7'3", 7'4" guys that come around which have sort of this a skill set like a day has, which is why I thought it was a match made in heaven. But then I understand the Axel pick though. I understand it because he can contribute straight away. I'm not mad at it.
Chills, and he's a New Jersey guy. Just want to let you know that.
I did not know that he was from Jersey. I did not know that. Does the immobility of a big like a day, does that not? Do you think that might have thrown off the Warriors? Like the lack of being a stretch big.
I hope not. I mean, they got Draymond to cover up most of it.
Yeah, I think Draymond's days of playing the small ball 5 as well is really tough for him at this stage of his career. He can't do the reps like he used to. But I think as well, Chill, it's becoming a little bit more viable to have some of these really, really big guys. We've seen Edie, we've seen Donovan Klingen. Like it's not really the small ball. I think the small ball era not dying, but like I think where teams are seeing more value in having genuine big men.
No, it is dying. It is. Because my
So
6'9" guy can do what your 6'5" guy can do. Yeah, it is dying. No question about it. Yeah. My 6'10" guy can do what your 6'6" guy can do. So yes.
So I thought the Warriors should have maybe taken him here. But I'm not mad at the pick. Yaxel will help them straight away. I'll give it an A as well. And by the way, Yaxel's like measurements, they did this thing after. I think like he's essentially like OGs. Like OG Anunoby and him, I think, have very similar body types in terms of weight and size and all that stuff. So this is like a grown man, by the way.
He is
a grown man.
Ron. Like
This
he
is a
was
grown
I think
man.
he's 6'9", 7'3" wingspan, I think.
Yeah, this is a grown man joining
Like
the roster.
240.
I'm gonna be cautious when I say this because I know there's a lot of Warrior fans. I'm gonna give this a D.
because
You said B?
A D.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm okay. I thought that's okay.
I don't like it. I think it's an uninnovative bad idea.
Uninnovative?
Uninnovative, bad idea. I think they
Yeah.
would have been better off.
Can we
trading
get a 40-second explanation?
Please.
We take
Is
a
it
minute and a
overly- is
half.
it
I'm
overly
trying to
safe
see how
for you?
this is uninnovative. I don't.
Is it overly
what-
safe?
what-
I
Ken?
don't know
Like,
why
what are we
we're
doing,
judging
Ben?
on innovation.
Okay, when
I
when
see the
We are
innovation
moving
though.
we are moving to the next level. Mark.
if
I
I
think the
put
league is getting
Alperen
bigger, so I
Şengün
think
right
that's where he's
now
going with the
in
innovation.
collegiate basketball, he would average like 38 points per game because of the physical maturation that a player goes through between the ages of 19 and 24. This guy is older than Alperen Şengün, who was drafted in 2021, man.
23.
Like when you are this old
Okay.
and this athletic and this strong and this physically developed, there's a level of domination that and sureness and you need to stand out so hard because you're literally playing against children. This is child abuse. Okay, the gap. Chill. You played college basketball. The gap between a 19-year-old and a 24-year-old is massive.
Ben, just so you know, Michigan won the national championship.
I don't care. They had the best front court. They had the best front court. They had great guard play. Like, let's just be real. This is
On top of that, though, college is older than
They're
what
not
it typically is.
drafting him. They're not drafting him for major upside to turn into a star.
Okay, but this is the thing. I need to start thinking about life after Steph Curry, which means if I have a 10th or 11th overall pick in this draft and a draft this loaded, I need to think about life after Steph Curry, but life also with Steph Curry. And I'm sorry, I can't be so short-sighted to say, well, who can help me the most next year? Jackson Lindenberg is going to be like probably the 7th or 8th best rookie, or maybe the 5th best rookie. He does a lot of good things. Okay. He's a really solid defender. He doesn't have a ton of weaknesses. He can handle the ball. He's a solid athlete. You know, he massively improved his 3-point volume last year and his efficiency, and that shows work ethic. That being said, the upside is like a poor man's Aaron Gordon, and you picked him at 10. Is it 10? 11?
Poor man's Aaron Gordon.
I mean, okay, fine. You can say the upside is Aaron Gordon, but like for real, like, I mean, like
That's pretty damn good, man. If you got that guy at 11, holy shit.
There's you're saying that, but like there's better bets. There's just players who are so much. There are players who are close to as good as he is, who are like 5 years younger than him.
I don't know, Penn.
Yeah, they went top 3.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know, man.
I think the Golden State Warriors have been burned a little bit by picking underclassmen. Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman. It's happened a few times where they've messed up. Let's just be real. Like, this organization has had more success with picking guys who
taking
already
a man ahead of him. You're in the front office. Are you taking Nate a man ahead of him?
Yeah, who you pick right here?
I don't like
At 11.
Nate.
Who do you pick at 11?
Are you taking the German kid
Swain.
ahead of him? The German kid, are you taking him ahead of him?
Steinbeck.
Yes.
I would take Steinbach over him easily, so quickly. I mean,
I wouldn't have minded Steinbeck to Golden State, to be fair.
Would've
I
been
thought Dalen Swain as well. He might have been okay.
Dalen Swain, you know, again, it shows me that your brain is working. This shows me your brain is turned off, and you literally don't even want to be in the business of developing players, because there is a very limited chance that he is going to get significantly better than he was last year. And what he was last year is not anything close to a definitive starter in the
But
NBA.
Penn, we do live in
He's
one
a
of the
rotation
youngest
player.
leagues. If we do remember, Penn, we do live in, if not the youngest, one of the youngest leagues in NBA history. So if I'm the adult that you say that I am, and I dominated college basketball off the physicality that I was able to do against those guys,
Did he
when I
dominate college basketball?
okay, well, let's be
Cameron
clear.
Boozer dominated college basketball as a freshman. AJ DeBonsa dominated college
Yaxo
basketball.
wasn't cooking.
Aaron Peterson, he was cool. He was good. He was a really good player. He was their best player.
good.
Okay, cool. But like,
Won a national championship
I thought
game.
Yaxo was one of the best players in the country.
Yeah,
What are you
and also
doing,
too,
man?
he was on an
Won a
extremely
national
deep
championship.
team.
He was the best
I
player
would
on
say
the
he was
team.
excellent.
yes,
We
he
don't
was
do
the
that
best
with
He was
player.
on an extremely deep team.
Yes, they won
And
the
he was
national
on the-
championship. Penn. They had the best front court in the country, and he was the best player on that team. He wasn't a good player. He's the best player on the best team in the country.
There's so many players that you could have plugged into his place, and they still would have won a championship. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, apology accepted. OKC, number 12.
Ade Mara, OKC. What are you guys grading him?
I think they got this right.
B.
Yeah,
I'll give them a B.
that's
I think it's an A pick, man.
Yeah, I got an A for Yaxel and an A for Ade.
I got a B minus.
I think it's an A pick. I do. I think they got it right. Mm-hmm.
Nate Amint, number 13, to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Is he going to play this year?
Yes,
F.
C plus.
F. That sucks.
Yeah, you guys are haters, man.
Size skill ratio. You bet on athleticism. He improves a lot. He didn't start out well at Tennessee. He can shoot the ball well, but you have to, like, with a limited sample size, you have to trust some high school tape too. Okay, like you can't just ignore what a guy did in high school when a guy's a freshman. So
That was just 2 years ago. That's a fact.
he,
I can get with that. Logic.
There's legit logic and upside
Yeah,
to
I can
him
get
being
with
a
that
good
logic.
basketball player. I don't think he'll be special. So
I think a C here. I just don't see it.
I mean, they took the safe pick at 10, so they can take a bit of a swing at 13. I just wish they would have taken a better.
They justified this.
I wish they would have taken a better swing, but unfortunately, they
Another
promised
building
him
block,
top
Ron.
13. They took him top. They promised him top 13, so that he would shut down his workouts with other teams in the top 13. And I can guarantee you, if he'd gone to every single workout on the planet,
doesn't
no
matter.
one was taking him top 13. This is
That
just once again an example of the front office outsmarting yourself.
Yeah.
Hey Nate, I hope you're watching this show right now.
Yeah, I hope
We
you are too.
we
Get
gonna
dressed,
prove these guys wrong.
Like you're in the gym with him working.
I'm not. I'm just Nate. I'm Nate FC.
Hey, nice.
That's all I'm saying is I'm Nate FC. All right. The next pick, Steinbach at 14 to the Charlotte Hornets.
A plus.
B plus,
I
A
love it.
minus.
I think
B
they got
plus, A
skill.
minus.
I love this pick,
Yeah.
man. I'm gonna
I
give it
think
a
they got skill.
minus.
Mm-hmm. I think they got this right, Ron. Didn't you tell me, Mars, with this the Charlotte team, their offense with LaMelo on the floor? One more time, Mars. I was something like the offensive rating like 120,
125, something like that.
125 when he's on the floor. When he was off the floor, it was like a 107, some shit like that. When he was off the floor,
Something bad, yeah.
and it was from, I want to say either December or January. They had a top 5 defense in the league too, or not top 5 defense.
I think it was 6.
Yeah, something right outside that. With LaMelo on the floor, they had that kind of, they had a top 5 offense too. With LaMelo,
They
on
had the best
floor
offense in
after
NBA
January.
history
They had
by
the best
rating for like a month.
league from December something. I can't remember the exact
for the rest of the
December
season.
something. Till the end of the season, they were 6th in defense in that
With
time.
LaMelo on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, with LaMelo.
No, that's overall. With LaMelo on the floor, they had the best offense in the league.
Yes. Now, with that being said, you add this kid who kind of, he's the Dirk Nowitzki archetype, because that's kind of what you get when you
German big.
when German big. It's like, they all get shown a picture. Dirk Nowitzki right here. This is who you tailor your game after. So, I mean, I think he's going to be great with them. Yes, I do think. And you guys telling me he's better than Salon. We already said that they got it wrong with Salon right from the beginning. So,
All right, Dalen Swain at 15 to the Chicago Bulls. Great.
B plus.
This is the most this is the most interesting pick of the draft to me.
I actually like this. B plus for me.
I like the player. I don't understand Chicago's roster.
Oh,
Which
100%.
Which is why I'm hesitant.
We're
on giving
confused
it
about
like a
Mars.
game.
Okay, so we got our lead guard, and we got our lead guard.
No
in-
one
in
on their
Giddy.
team can shoot the basketball,
Yeah, that's fact.
and that's not me being hyperbolic.
We're going to though.
These are the players they have under contract for next year. Josh Giddey, not a great 3-point shooter. Patrick Williams, bad basketball player. Isaac Okoro, not a good 3-point shooter. Jalen Smith, their best 3-point shooter. Trey Jones, not a 3-point shooter. Rob Dillingham, 31% from 3. Matas Buzelis, not a great 3-point shooter right now. Noah Senge, not a good 3-point shooter. And Leonard Miller, not a great 3-point shooter. And now they've added Dalen Swain, who can't shoot. And they've added Caleb Wilson, who can't shoot.
So we're going to
Dalen Swain has upside, I guess. He might be able to figure it out. No one on their team can shoot a basketball.
Yeah, we're
But
going
at
to
six-
That's why I'm-
but at
that's
6'8",
why I'm hesitant.
look at his handle, man.
But I
Like,
really like Dalen Swain as a player. So it's like you get good value, in my opinion, at 15. You put him on a roster that no one can shoot. And
Where-
you're
where
adding
does
that to
he-
Caleb Wilson, who also can't shoot. I don't
where'd you want him to go? Did you want him to go Charlotte?
I would have preferred him in Charlotte for sure. I would have preferred him in Charlotte. I would have preferred him in Golden State.
Does he remind you a
Let
little bit
me-
of Najee Marshall? Meets like maybe Kelly Oubre?
Yeah.
Meets RJ Barrett? Kind of like
I could
hybrid of
understand
those
why
three.
you would say Najee
Yeah.
Marshall. I can,
Yeah.
I've never heard that, but I can understand the Najee Marshall thing. But I do like I like Dalen Swain enough to where I'll give it a B. If he went on a roster that made sense, I probably would have given it an A, maybe an A plus, but I'll give it a B.
I actually like the direction, and the Bulls are going to sign Buddy Hield in the offseason. There's somebody that's going to stretch your defense. So
The Bulls just want to run.
The one shooter.
Run.
that's it. That's
The Bulls
yeah.
just trying to collect
the Bulls are gonna
talent.
the Bulls have to be the fastest team in the league next year. They have to.
Yes.
They have no choice.
Noah Senge plus, oh my God, like the downhill attack here, like it's like Indiana went to the finals and the Bulls said blueprint, copy, Timu, put it into ChatGPT and like this is what came out. You know what I mean?
Copy and paste pen, like
Nick Claxton as well now.
100%. Nick
Oh
Claxton
yeah,
as
another
well.
non-shooter. Yeah, another non-shooter.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're gonna shoot like 31% from threes a team.
Hey man, we're bringing the 90s back.
All right, fellas. All right, at 16, we got Bennett Stirtz to the Oklahoma City
A
Thunder.
plus.
Yeah, this is
Preach.
A+ for sure.
Yeah, it's best pick in the draft in my opinion.
we talked about that. Yep.
Shout out Bennett, man.
Ron, what's your grade for that one?
Yeah,
For
yeah,
Bennett,
tell us, Ron.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Bennett was one of the guys I didn't really watch too much film on. I don't really have too much homework on Bennett. So I'm kind of basing it on what you guys are saying. And based on everything you guys said, doesn't turn the ball over, can run the show, can shoot the hell out of the ball, can create in the pick and roll. That's something that OKC obviously needs. I can see him being a perfect slot between SGA and J-Dub moving into the future too. Like 5 years from now, it's Bennett Stirtz almost in a starting lineup or closing games with him. So I mean, based on what that's it, based on that, like it has to be an A.
And you trust Sam Presti. You've always said that. So
Yeah. It has to be an A, bare minimum.
yeah.
All right, 17. We got Abuka Okori,
Your guy.
which ended up getting rerouted to
A+ for
Detroit.
me as well. Yeah, this probably an A+ for me as well.
Okay, so I love Abuka Okori. This is a B+ for me because Christian Anderson was right there, and I think next to Cade Cunningham, Christian Anderson might have been a little bit better.
For the shooter,
Yeah, for
And
the
with that
shooting.
logic, which is
understandable.
But in a different context, I had him over a lot of people. Like I got as high as 9 at points with him, but then I scaled it back when I watched him more. But good player, just not the most optimal situation. And what does this do for Dennis Jenkins?
yeah.
Okay.
Pushes Dennis Jenkins. That's what it does to him.
To
I
be
give it a
better,
B+.
exactly.
Yep.
You just found Dennis Jenkins motivation fuel.
There
Perfect.
you go. Absolutely.
No,
Yeah,
by the way,
I like.
I don't know if y'all mentioned this, but he ended up going to Stanford. But you know where he was supposed to go?
Where?
Harvard. He was
So
supposed
smart
to go to
dude.
Harvard.
Yeah, nice.
He committed to go to Harvard, and then he changed place. So
Nice.
probably had a 31% usage. He created everything. I think he had 30 and ones. So he finished through
Nice.
contact. He's a dog. Like he's got like alpha mentality. You know what I mean?
No, what they did, Ron, was they shored up a need and they needed another ball handler. They got that. And I think that he's going to be really good for them. I'll give them a B for this.
I
He
don't-
doesn't need.
He
He
might be a
doesn't
dark
need
horse
Cade to
rookie
hold
of
his
the year,
hands.
to be honest.
He's one of the only.
On
few
top of
people
that,
on
Mars,
the roster
that's
yeah.
very important. Like I don't have to be out here with a bunch of other guys to supplement. No, I can do this.
I don't know if this makes sense, but you ever met a guy who he walks into a room and it feels like he's already been there for about 3 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
That's Abuka Okori. He's a very large presence in the basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
Also, too, a lot of people think Dennis Jenkins is like a tiny guy. Like Dennis Jenkins is 6'3", 6'4". So him and Abuka, like they can, especially with the way Dennis defends, he can defend bigger guards, smaller forwards.
Yeah,
They
you put
can
them
play
both
together.
out there with the wings. Yeah, you put
He
them both
also
out there
has
with,
a
like, the
6'8"
big
and a
wings.
half wingspan. So
Dennis
that
just
makes up
looks
for some of
small, but
it.
he's not small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was shocked to
anyone
find out he
looks
was
small
6'4".
when you're on the court with those large human beings in Detroit.
Enormous guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all know how I feel about Abuka. So shout out Abuka, man. Definitely a home run. All right, next up, the next pick that we have.
Christian Anderson.
Number 18.
Christian
That's
Anderson at 18 to the Charlotte Hornets.
That's an
Hey.
A+ for me, man.
Yeah, I love this pick. Shoot the hell out the wall from 3. Not the greatest athlete in terms of getting downhill, but very effective when he does get all the way to the rim. Good shooter. Not the biggest guards, so I get like some of the concerns there. But once again, playing next to a guy like LaMelo, who's a really big guard, Conker Nipple, Brandon Miller, I think that supplements some of that. And then,
He's going to take James.
yeah,
He's going to take.
yeah,
James.
and now that's the big thing. You have a backup point guard. Like you finally have someone who can initiate offense, facilitate, get others involved, and you don't need to try and outsource that to Sion James and off-ball action. Like, you have a point guard. So yeah, it's an AA plus for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was a lot of guards, point guards, smallish guards that went off the board who had defensive concerns. He was the most consistently attentive among those. He was the guy who consistently found himself in the right places. He consistently tried to fight over screens, even though he couldn't. He tried to make the right play, and that's what I would say. He's an insanely smart player, and his pull-up jump shooting is special. Now, does it translate to the NBA level at his size? I don't know. But really, he just runs the show. He's your dad's point guard. He's 1955, however the hell you playing basketball. That's Christian Anderson. He knows how to play basketball, but then you throw in a flash of a little bit of flair, a little bit of handle, and some deep pull-up jump shooting. He is a traditionalist point guard. He's been coached very well.
Yeah.
Well, and Smallbox has made a good point. This does enhance the Steinbach pick because they played together, obviously, on the international stage because he plays for the German team. So
yeah,
they have synergy together, which is why I think you're gonna have LaMelo and Musa as like that's they're together. And
they just did the same thing last year with Sion James and Concanipo.
So like the continuity part of it is huge. You're going in with guys you're familiar with, and that can really bolster lineups. So yeah.
They might not bring back Kobe White now.
Well, one of the hardest things of going to the pros is like, you're so isolated. You're in a new city. So it kind of helps you coming along with somebody that you already have an established relationship with, right? Like you coming along with your teammate. Like, I mean, I know for a fact that it helped Carter a lot to be in San Antonio with Dylan Harper because they already had a pre-existing long-standing relationship pre-draft, like go back 4 years. So, when Carter's struggling, he can always go to Dylan and be like, yo, this is what I'm going through right now. And it helps to have somebody to lean on as a rookie, man.
Yeah.
Big.
All right, next up, we got Alan Graves at 19 to the, what team did he go to?
Toronto.
Oh,
I think
how could I
was
forget?
an A. Yeah, I think this was an A.
You think they got it right, Mars?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think I wonder. The only question I had was, does this mean Scotty Barnes is pretty much moving to the one like long term? Which I think is a good thing, by the way. But I think
Scotty Barnes
building out a roster where you have Scotty Barnes, Alan Graves, Colin Murray Boyles on defense, while Alan Graves can also shoot the ball, high feel, high IQ, but defensively the motor is high, forces turnovers, can also protect the rim. You end up having 3 wings who are Swiss Army knives, and I think that's always a good thing. So at 19, I think that's good value. When like the only other things I would be looking at would maybe be a point guard for the Raptors, because I'm not the biggest fan of like the bigs around here personally. So I think that was the best case scenario if them was Alan Graves. So I'll give it an A personally.
Y'all remember D-Lee? We had David Lee on. So David had something cool to say about this. He said, Alan Graves to the Raptors, A. Graves, Barnes, CMB might be the most imposing front line in the league for a decade. Real lunch pail hoops, and they're all incredibly stout at generating extra possessions. Alan Graves is the analytics outlier of outliers defensively. It's truly insane. To have a 4.9 steal percentage and a 4.9 block percentage, regardless of context, regardless of where you did it, it shows something. Now, there's a lot of analytics community that really rely on steal percentage as an indicator of success and rebound percentage as an indicator of success in the NBA, because these two things actually communicate something. Your rebounding implies timing, jumping speed, positioning, strength, and your steal percentage sometimes signals hand-eye coordination processing, because the ability to have 4.9% steal percentage, to anyone comparing him to George Niang, just go to hell. Just it's not close. So the reason I give this an A- is because I understand the swing for Jaden Quaintance would be better, because the Raptors so desperately need rim protection. But the Raptors also need to lessen Scotty Barnes' defensive role so he can see more of an offensive jump like we saw in the playoffs. And the Raptors put the ball in Scotty Barnes' hands. And look, this is the only team in the league that plays their best player out of position. I've never seen it. Like I don't think I've ever seen a team put their starting guard at power forward because they don't have anyone else to fill that position. Alan Graves absolutely can guard fours. He's going to get stronger. He's going to get better. He's just a great problem solver. And a lot of the stuff that I loved about Bennett Stirtz is the same stuff I love about Alan Graves. He tested very poor. He had a 3.18 second shuttle run time, and some people just soured on him. But early in the draft cycle, people were talking about as high as 8. Okay. Some people are like, oh, and this guy's never getting past OKC. This guy's never getting past Memphis because that's their type of pick. And I'm just like, the real floor for Allen Graves was honestly San Antonio. San Antonio was going to take him, and then they were going to take another pick and get Jaden Quaintance. So the Raptors took the guy that San Antonio wanted, and that's cool. You know, it's cool. But OKC took the guy that Toronto wanted. So yeah,
I wanted him in Memphis so bad. So it is what it is.
All right, let's move on to the 20th pick. We got Jaden Quaintance to the San Antonio Spurs.
A+ bet on upside.
Is he going to play?
No, he's sitting out this whole season.
No, then an F.
What?
Nope. No. F. No.
Yeah.
No.
I guess.
Nope.
When you're a team that was just in the finals, take a swing, in my opinion.
Yeah,
At 20.
I'm okay with the B.
I get it.
Yeah.
I can't give it an A. He's having another knee surgery. I can't give it an A.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a B+.
Plus, with the insurance at 26 pick, then yeah.
I know it's a cleanup surgery, but you know how many cleanup surgeries Joel Embiid's had?
It's not the same thing.
You know how many cleanup surgeries Lonzo Ball had?
Dude, if you can get the defensive version of Joel Embiid at 20, even if he plays 30 games a year for you, provided you rest him for the playoffs, this is a game changer. At 20,
that's why I gave it a B+.
Yeah,
but at some point,
they said the same about Jonathan Isaac.
I'm speaking of Chill's F, man. You know, Chill, this is your type of guy.
Chill ain't give Topic a F, man. He just hating. He ain't give Topic a F.
You wouldn't even give me the kid.
Yeah, exactly. But you wanted him, so you weren't giving him no F when he got dropped.
Chill, this kid is way better than that kid. Just want to let you know.
Insurance at 26, you can have a swing here, so I'm okay with this pick.
I did not give Topic. I did not give Topic an F. Topic had a torn ACL too.
Exactly.
Yes.
You ain't give Chat an F.
So I should have given. You know what? To be honest with you, since you want to try to cook me, Mars, I should have given Chet. I should have gave Chet ass a F. Yes, I should have. I should have given Topic ass a F. Topic came in with a torn ACL. Hell no, this isn't gonna work.
I agree.
I should have gave him an F. You know what? You're right, Mars. I should have done that because I'm doing it right now. If this kid's an F, those other guys should have been an F too. You're right. Absolutely.
Yes. All right, we're gonna run through these next 10 picks quickly. Yes, we got Kareem Lopez at 21 to the Pistons.
I'm doing it now, Lord.
Or to the Grizzlies. My bad, to the Grizzlies.
That's an A for me.
Gotcha moments.
This is a D for me. But,
me too.
But I'm hoping Damian is close to the situation and Ron's been glazing. I'm hoping you guys end up being right. I hope so. But for me, it's
I'm biased here, so I'm a little bit.
I'm biased too.
He's a jack of all
in Australia.
He's a jack of all trades, master of none. Like he does a little bit of everything. Like he moves well for a guy 6'9". The driving stuff is kind of cool. There's some solid passing feel there. Hasn't shown much as a shooter, but there's I guess reason to be optimistic. Defensively, he doesn't make a ton of mistakes from what I've seen, but not the greatest. Like, not oh my god, amazing defender, but cool. Like for me, he's just like the definition of mid. In my opinion, like the definition of mid.
It's a very fair evaluation. It's a very fair evaluation.
Like a chick Ron that you'll smash. Like, yeah, I'll smash her. That's fine. We ain't hanging out.
Yeah, to me,
for me and for Mars,
I'll smash her.
I like it in Memphis.
That's what he sounds like. That's what he sounds like, Ron. I'll smash. Yeah, we can hang out.
We'll see. I hope it works. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll
just looking at this roster, there's a real world. Because you guys think Cam Boozer is going to be their best player. And this is outside of Ja. Next year, you think Cam Boozer is going to be their best player?
Including Ja, but sure. Go ahead.
Including Ja.
So outside of Ja, for me, outside of Ja, I believe there's a real world where he steps in as their second best player this next year.
I think that
is borderline. I think that's borderline impossible.
Hold on, but time out. Who's their second best player?
What's going on right now,
First off,
he needs some time.
Okay. All right. Well, look.
Ron on drugs.
I'm not working. First off, we're talking about the Memphis Grizzlies. Okay. So in contention for their second best player, for who's in contention for their second best player? Zach Edey, Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells. We're not talking about the New York Knicks. Disrespecting who?
Ty Jerome is way better than him.
I'll say it right now.
All right, Ty Jerome. Okay.
Is he better than GG Jackson, Ron? Is he better than
GG Jackson ain't showed us shit.
I agree that GG Jackson hasn't showed me anything,
and he's still better than him.
But I will be. You said you wouldn't be shocked if he's the second best player on the team outside of third best player.
So half.
I would
Okay.
be. There will be a level of surprise if he's consistently in the rotation next year.
All right, I'm just saying. I love
You
the
can't
dude.
He needs
say
time.
one
I'm
thing he does
looking
well.
forward to year 3 and 4 here.
And that's why
Not-
you just
not
drafted
next
Jeremy
Sounds like a
Sohan
project
meets
to me.
Rondé Hollis
That's what he
Jefferson.
sounds like. He sounds like a project.
Ahead of way better players. You pick Chris Senac here, I'll get with it. You might teach him how to play basketball, you might not. You pick Zuby Ejiofor here, I'll get it. You pick production, good for you. You pick culture driver, good passer. What the fuck? What is this pick? This is a jack of all trades, master of absolutely jack shit. You go watch the form, go watch the misses. My God, study the tape. Don't study the highlights with this guy, man. Study the tape.
I mean, I don't even think the highlights are that impressive
gravity guy.
because I ended stream after Memphis took him. I was depressed. So, and then I was like, let me try and get myself hyped. Let me watch some highlights. I still wasn't moved. Like,
his highlights worse than Cam Boo's lowlights.
Personally,
I just want to be
I
honest.
don't get it, but hopefully it works out. But yeah, I didn't like this pick.
Shout out my man Kareem Lopez. I'm rocking with you. Also, Mexico finna win the World Cup too. So
they're not. But congratulations to Mexico for having the first player ever drafted in the first round, though. I don't want my view on Kareem Lopez to diminish that. I just feel they were better players. But shout out to Mexico. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, LeBaron Philon Jr. to the Sixers, to the Sixers.
A.
Yeah, it's an A just because you got so much talent at 22. It's just the fit is still a bit clunky to me, but you get Philon at 22. There's nothing less than an A for me.
I can get with that. Yep.
All right, Zuby Ejiofor, 23 to the Atlanta Hawks.
I love that pick. To get that, it's the same. I think it's the same logic with what we just talking about just now. Yeah, we're getting this kid Phillips, Philon. I mean, this kid Philon. I think the same logic. I mean, you got the best player in the Big East. I mean, to get him there, even if he doesn't play for us, and I end up moving off of him, like even if he doesn't play for us, yeah, this kid from St. John's,
he will play.
Yeah, I expect him to play. I'm probably at a B.
I'm at a B just because Cam Carr was still there.
The thing I'm thinking about is even if he doesn't play, like a guy of that caliber that does so many of those things, to Mars's point, like a jack of all trades, but a master of nothing. Like he does a lot of things really good though. This guy does a lot of things.
Rim protection, passing,
all of that stuff.
He's not a great rebounder, but you've got a Jalen Johnson who rebounds.
Yes.
So Onyeka is okay. Like you could play him next to Onyeka because Onyeka's rim protection is his big weakness. So you could have Onyeka at the 4 and Zuby at the 5, at the 5. But like,
there's a place for him. And
B plus. I can convince myself a B plus.
Yes.
Who would you have taken
at 23? Probably Zuby Ejiofor, to be fair. Probably.
Yeah, smart front office.
All right. Cam Carr at 24 to the Los Angeles Lakers. What are the grades on this?
Hey, they need athletes.
Sure.
Yes, they need athletes in Los Angeles.
I think this is an easy A.
Yeah, they need athletes. I've been saying that.
Every team's done quite well in the 20s except fucking Memphis, in my opinion. To this point.
And name him out. Oh,
I love this next pick,
20.
Yep.
All right. Sergio De La Rey to the New York Knicks.
Dallas Mavericks.
Or Dallas Mavericks.
He's going to Dallas.
Yes.
From what I've seen, I'd C minus. From what I've seen.
He might go back to Europe though.
Yeah, he's not playing this year, I don't think.
Yeah, I think.
Is he a draft and stash? Is he one of them guys?
I'd assume so.
Likely.
But from what I've seen, I have limited scope. Just want to make that abundantly clear. The shooting is still a question mark. It's not the guarantee he comes in as a good shooter. It's not a guarantee he comes in a good shooter. And also a lot of turnovers. A lot of questionable decisions.
That's not a good.
And the defense is bad. So from what I've seen, you end up with bad defender, high turnovers, questionable shooter. That's reason for concern for me. But I understand like the passing stuff is interesting. And if the shot does work out, and also I'm pretty sure he's of the older, I think he's turning 21, I think. So he's also on the older side.
He's 20.
Is he turning 21 this year?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he's also on the older side. So I have my concerns, but once again, limited scope. So I'm not the best person to ask, but I'm for me C minus.
He'll be
So
20.
chill. This was originally the Knicks pick,
Yep.
and the Knicks, just based on finances, swapped this pick with the Lakers. So they saved about, I think, just over $3 million on their payroll. Yeah, so they can get some more money to re-sign the likes of Jose and Mitchell Robinson.
He's actually 21.
So
he's 21 in December.
Yeah, I like this pick a lot. His creativity in passing is really great. He reminds me a little bit of one of my favorite players, kind of a deep cut, Gravis Vasquez, a lot. As a shooter, I disagree with you, Mars. I think he's an incredible shooter.
I do too, Mars. That jump shot looks good. That jump shot
he's a
good.
40% 3-point shooter, and he pulls it very comfortably, and sometimes even like in the contested range, like he's pretty great with it. The turnovers, I've seen them. They're usually good idea turnovers.
Well, he shot 40% in the Spanish league, but 34% in EuroLeague. So
two different offenses,
two different levels of competition, but like
also
but also small sample size, and not the biggest role. But I think the only concern for me is like his lateral athleticism, point of attack defense. Sometimes the finishing around the rim can be a little bit concerning, but as he gets stronger, if you see the vision of this, like it's a better idea than they had at number 9. I'll tell you that.
I understand why they would take it. I just have a few more questions, but once again, limited scope, so I can concede.
Yeah, I always got to give you credit if you're playing on a EuroLeague team as a young guy. Once again, this is the second best league in the world. This is a league that doesn't play young guys. You have to be an outlier young guy to be able to crack any EuroLeague rotation. And on top of that, Luka has said it. Giannis has said it. A bunch of other guys have said it. It is harder to score in the EuroLeague. It's harder to get off in the EuroLeague than it is in the NBA. So if he's able to look halfway competent in the EuroLeague as a young guy, he'll be able to come to the NBA. And I'm not saying he'll be, fantastic, be an all-star, be a starter, but he'll be able to get his game off. I also do want to say this too about Valencia. A lot of you guys might not know, Valencia was in the Final Four of the EuroLeague this last year. So they were one of the better teams. So he didn't just contribute to any team. He contributed to a top 4 team in the EuroLeague. And I want to say they won the Spanish league as well.
Especially as a young guy,
on a high level team.
Young guy. You've been telling me that, Ron, about young dudes playing in the EuroLeague and playing significant minutes is a big deal. You've been telling me that.
Yeah, and I mean that's also another reason why I'm high on Kareem Lopez too. Like if you're a young guy and you're able to go and play amongst grown men and hold your own, and even more so hold your own, stand out, that means a lot to me. Like, and I give you credit for cooking in college too, but when you cooking in professional leagues, to me that's a little different.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I agree.
And again, high turnovers at a very young age, at a high level of competition, to me, historically has been a very good indicator of process and creativity. He's a creative basketball player. That's what I like about him. He's very creative. I've liked him for years, man. He's good, smart, man. He's good, smart basketball player.
All right, we got 5 more picks. Terrence Reed Jr. to the Swiper, to the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, you did that on purpose.
Makes sense because knowing you're not going to have acquaintance, having that backup big like insurance type of thing. Still, I'm not the highest on him as a player, so for me, it's still like a C+.
I give him a B.
But I get
B
it.
too.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, he's highly productive.
I just love the rebounding and the around the rim stuff with him. I love that.
But that's all he has. In fairness, he has the passing, rebounding, and around the rim stuff because he can't shoot a jump shot to save his life. So,
and the passing to me is questionable, but
that'll do.
Yeah. So,
all right, Chris Sinak Jr. to the Boston Celtics.
Boston. I don't think he's a good player, but at 27, I understand it. So, like,
you just
Boston
just find these guys as well.
Give it a B+.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a B+ because I think at 27, the upside swing in terms of like if he does put it together defensively and actually like makes the impacts I think his tools suggest he could. And then offensively, if the jump shot does become more refined, I think he shot way too many mid-range jumpers this year. But in Boston's system where he's going to shoot a lot of threes, if he's able to become that level of shooter, I see the vision at 27. So I'm going to give it a B+.
I think he's just learning the game still. To be honest, when I watch him,
he was a 6th player ranked at a high school. Chose to go to Houston, which was a very competitive, competent and surprising decision. Kelvin Sampson allegedly wasn't too happy that he entered the draft and probably, felt that he should have stayed a couple of years. The Boston Celtics are betting that those years will be better spent in Boston. I think Joe Mazzulla is a great coach for him. And honestly, I'm gonna surprise people. I'm gonna give this pick an A++. Okay. I'm gonna concede that he doesn't know how to play basketball. I'm gonna concede that. This is the first player in the first 27 picks that
Does he have any idea what he's doing, Pin?
That's what I'm saying. He's still learning the game.
He has
That's why I can't give it an A,
absolutely
even
no
though I get it.
idea
That's
what
why
the
I
hell
can't-
he's
this is why I
doing. But
can't give
chill,
it an A. I
but
just
chill.
can't.
Even though he can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, even though his brain goes one way. He's like, oh, I'm either rebounding right now. He's a very unnatural basketball player,
that.
but he is so gifted.
I love
And
it.
if he is even remotely driven, he has so much natural God-given talent. This is giving me shades of honestly, it gives me shades of Khalil Ware,
I
but
can teach him how to play. I can teach him how to play.
Chill, better men than you have tried.
I can't give you
Okay.
an A, but that's why I can't give you an A when everything is based on upside. At 27, I get going on upside. I get it. I even see the upside with a guy like Chris Eck, but I can't give you an 8 if you're genuinely not a good basketball player. I just can't. Personally,
But he does certain things well. Like he protected the rim really well, even though he didn't block
Good
shots.
offensive
He
rebounder.
rebounded at an insane rate for a true freshman.
agree.
He's
just out there doing stuff.
And he got better throughout the year. Is he undercooked? Yes. You're basically drafting Jermaine O'Neal out of high school. That's the best example I
Well,
can
I
say.
gave it a B plus because I get
Okay.
the upside. But
But at 27, you don't have anyone even close to this level of upside. And Frank, I would argue at 20, you didn't have anyone close to this upside. Chill, at 6'11", 7'5" wingspan, who runs this way, who finishes this way, who has touch indicators, who has really, really good shooting upside. I'll let you know, he shot 40% from three in their wins. I don't know what that means. That's a cherry pick stat because he shot 23% of their losses. Fuck off. They didn't lose a lot of games, Mars. It's Houston. Okay. He as a cutter in what Boston needs you to do, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have the ball. You just need to run, fill lanes, stand out there, launch threes. He can do that. You simplify the role for him, and Joe Mazzulla is the right coach for him. He goes from Kelvin Sampson to Joe Mazzulla. Talk about going from one psycho to an absolute other psycho. This is perfect for him. Brad Stevens cooked. A+
if they prioritize him, yeah.
Or F. By the way, I want to protect myself. This is either an A++ or an absolute F. He's out of the league in 2 years, and he's playing in Guatemala. Okay, if it's bad, it's bad. But if it's good, it's holy shit. He might be an all-star.
I trust Boston a little bit here.
All right, y'all. We're gonna run through these next three picks. I'm gonna just have you guys each just give them a grade. Joshua Jefferson to the Brooklyn Nets. We got Alex Caravan to the Sacramento Kings, and then we got Koa Pete to the Phoenix Suns. Penn, what's your 3 grades for these guys?
Alex Caravan F, Joshua Jefferson A-, and Koa Pete B A-.
Mars?
Joshua Jefferson A, Caravan F-. Koa Pete. Koa Pete, I'll give a B. Nah, B+ because it's the 30th pick. I get it. B+.
Damien?
I'm gonna have to trust you guys on Joshua because I didn't do too much tape on him. So A, I guess. Alex, I don't know. I'll give him a C. I've heard good things about him in the locker room, so that's good enough for Sacramento, I think. And Koa, I'm happy that at 30, I'm happy to take a swing at Koa. I'll give it a B+.
Chill.
Joshua Jefferson B, Alex B, Koa B.
B's around the board. All I know is Alex is an A. You guys are haters. But
They wrong, Ron.
They wrong. But I mean, they used to being wrong though. Mars and Penn, that ain't nothing new for them. But anyways, fellas,
Jefferson got a lot of Draymond Green in him, by the way. I just want to say that. A little bit. Squint. A little bit.
all right, well, we got super chats about every team and players and all of that good stuff. People want to know about their picks, about the curiosity of the, players that their teams drafted. So let's go ahead and dive into it. The first super chat that I have, well, before I do that, you guys already know the drill. Like the video, subscribe, become a member. We will have a members only stream tomorrow night as well as Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you guys there. But as of right now, we got some super chats from some members and from some non-members. But the first one I'm going to start with is from Riddell PPB. Shout out to Riddell. Riddell said, shout out to Penn for no particular reason. Okay.
I know the reason.
Also, how do y'all feel about Cameron Carr on the Lakers? And do you think Mikael Brown Jr. could win Rookie of the Year on the Nets if he gets the green light?
He's gonna get the green light. Like there's no
You reckon?
green light. He's gonna get
With
the green
Julius
light.
Randle and
Yeah, I don't.
It's gonna be like the what if
Jordi Fernandez won't allow him to get the green light.
He's gonna
No, Jordi Fernandez gives everyone on his team the green light.
By the way,
That's one thing he does. He gives everyone on his team the green light.
Yes.
It's just I have a hard time.
Not before MPJ.
I don't think he's going to be efficient his rookie year. I think he's probably going to shoot about 39 to 41% from the field and like 34% from three. But he's going to shoot a lot of threes and he's going to have very explosive games. But it's going to be there's a lot of developing, I think, with Michael Brown.
Yeah.
In terms of hashing out some of the bad tendencies he has, particularly as a driver. But if they can iron those things out, which I think comes with the reps, they have a good player. But I wouldn't project Rookie of the Year personally. I wouldn't do that.
All right, my man Tupac Westside chimed in with $10. It said, morning, fellas. Great first round yesterday. Almost every team picked well. Want to hate OKC, but I can't. Spurs got a better backup big, injury concerns, and LA got a steal in Cam Carr. Sorry, Swiper.
He did. That's a fact.
Yeah,
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I'm definitely not sorry to swipe him. I genuinely, I think this might be the first time I don't think any team had a bad draft. The closest to a bad draft I would say would be the Mavs or the Bucks. I think.
I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah.
I think most teams did really well actually last night.
Memphis Kareem Lopez.
Yeah, but you got Cam Boozer, so
Would that be because of the talent pool in this particular draft? Like it's almost pretty hard to screw it up.
No, I think it's
possible to
also
screw it up.
like you can see the vision. You can see the vision a lot as well, Chill. I think with a lot of these picks, even though the talent's good, sometimes teams can get it wrong vision wise. I think and need wise. So I think like I agree with Miles. I think everyone had a reasonably good night.
I think after 3-4 months of reading mock drafts and boards and draft analysis, most people are just grading on did what I thought was going to happen actually happen. That's the grade, really. So if someone picked Cameron Carr at 7, that would be an F for most people. But you might be right. We'll see in a few years. I think what I would say is most players ended up in situations that are good for them. It fits what they do, and teams got the players that fit what they need. So that's where I think my positive grading, this is the most positive I've ever been on any draft, I think, like in terms of grading out. Like usually I get multiple Fs, multiple Ds, but not in this draft.
Yeah, just Alex Caravan and Kareem Lopez. All right. Drink More Water said, I like Caleb Wilson as a prospect, but I'm afraid his rookie year won't be great. If this is the Chicago roster coming into the season, the extreme lack of shooting anywhere might hinder his abilities to shine.
No, I won't. And the reason why is because the thing that he's the best at, like I think he's a great transition player. And I think Josh Giddey being the passer that he is, I think that's really going to enhance his game. Really.
Yeah.
I agree, but I mean, we got also like
I know the three ball matters, Mars. I do. I know the
and
three
like you're not giving him any space for like his creation reps to like be meaningful.
Right.
Yeah.
Although you could argue putting him in the worst spacing in the league means that when he does eventually get spacing, he's had to get out the mud early on. So he's developing problem-solving abilities, which, you know what, maybe. So I don't know. Chicago's on my short list of league pass teams. I'm gonna be watching Chicago a lot.
You know what they're doing basically right now? They're playing basketball on Hall of Fame mode.
Watch Mars come up here in like March. Chill. I was watching more Bulls games than I felt like I should have been.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't think they're going to be a good team, but I do think they're going to be entertaining because they're going to run fast and they have crazy athletes filling the wings. And Josh Giddey's a hell of a passer. So, like, I think they're going to be a fun team to watch. And ultimately, I think they're going to suck, which means that games are going to be high scoring. Which
I did the same thing with New Orleans. I watched a bunch of New Orleans games this season.
This is a Timu version of what does this remind you of? Josh Giddey running point, and on the wing you have Matas Buzelis and Caleb Wilson. Does that remind you a little bit of a certain point guard?
That's Magic Johnson. That's Magic Johnson. That's James Worthy, and that's Michael Cooper. That's what that is right there.
Nah, man.
Yeah,
oh, and by the way, if you miss a shot, you got Noah Senge sprinting up and down the sidelines, waiting for a cut. You know, so it's just like they're betting on speed. massively.
For
That
sure.
they're
I can tell you what's not
outrun
happening, Ron.
teams.
I ain't getting
Which is
tricked
fine.
next year when the Bulls jump out the gate 8-1. I'm not getting tricked. Not
Five
happening.
and
Yeah,
oh, like,
I-
yeah.
No.
I do like their young core. Swiper tweeted last night and was like, "Oh my god!" He listed, he put Dalen Swain in the starting lineup. So he did Josh Giddey, Dalen Swain, Matas, Caleb Wilson, and Nick Claxton. He was like, "Oh, this is a squad." Says Swiper, "Calm down. This is not a squad.
not a
It's a
squad."
good young core to start with. It's
Swiper
not a
told you
squad."
Swiper told you that was a squad, so that when they start 5-1, he can say he's been on the team all along. So, you know, you pull up that
Oh,
tweet.
Makes sense.
He
makes
got
sense.
in,
They go ways-
he
they
got
go
in,
ways to
he
go.
got in at the ground floor. You know, he got that early, you know, investor pricing.
They got ways to go.
They should be fun. Yeah, they should be fun.
All right, $10 got sent through from Whoopity Scoopity. Whoopity said, "This is probably iHeart's last year with us, but I promise you, Lou Dort is off my team. I'm not trying to be down 12 at the beginning of playoff games. Lou Dort, you are a Laker."
Yeah, I think Ludor is pretty much all but gone. I think.
The Lakers would welcome him, by the way.
By the way,
Sure, the,
And they should.
The Lakers could use Ludor because
Yes, sir.
the way Luka plays, all he needs Ludor to do is shoot open threes and then guard the opponent's best player. That's all Ludor can do. So he fits with the Lakers more than he fits with OKC. OKC, there were too many broken possessions where I'm watching Ludor have to create a mid-range jump shot. Like they just have a different type of offense. So he just doesn't. He doesn't work.
Lou Dort's shot quality is about to go up exponentially because you got vanilla Michael Jordan now running at point. So come on, man.
Nice.
Nice.
Sure.
All right, the next super chat is from Dre Knows Ball. Shout out my dog Dre. Dre said, "What up, PC fam? I just found out about Darren Peterson got influenced massively by Kobe. A grown man can shed a tear seeing this. Perkins saying ceiling is Kobe is crazy pressure. Can the kid breathe?"
I just think most people don't know what floor and ceiling means
No,
because
they
I watched
don't.
him say his floor was Bradley Beal. which,
Bradley
like,
Beal, yeah.
If your floor is Bradley Beal, you should go number one in the draft.
Right.
But I also watched Draymond say that Caleb Wilson's floor was Kevin Garnett. So some people just don't know what floor means, like quite clearly. So I kind of take those floor ceiling things, especially when it comes from former NBA players, with a grain of salt. Like
Draymond, do you know that his floor being Kevin Garnett means that on a Tuesday he Garnett? Are you crazy?
if your floor
Yeah.
is Kevin Garnett, you go number one in every draft in NBA history.
You
What are
might
you
be the best player
doing?
ever. Yeah.
Like if your floor is Kevin
If your
Garnett,
floor
you
is
go
Kevin
over
Garnett,
LeBron
this is what
James
we
and
get
then-
Ceiling
on
is the best
Tuesday.
ever. Yeah.
What did he say his
Like-
ceiling was?
He never said anything.
He didn't have
We just
to.
said the
If
floor
Garnett
is
is the
Kevin
floor.
His floor is Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, it's,
Like if your
it's
floor
They
is
said that
Kevin
about
Garnett,
Evan Mobley. They said that
if your
about
floor is
Evan
Kevin
Mobley.
Garnett, you go over LeBron James. Like
Kevin Garnett was legit 7'1" with probably like a 7'4", 7'5" wingspan. Caleb Wilson is not that. So
And
Yeah,
a
he's
little
like
unhinged
6'9",
upstairs
and
as well.
wingspan.
if at
Yeah.
best he is way smaller, way worse
No,
at
we
the
gotta
same
get
age,
that
Kevin
one.
Garnett. But Caleb's cool, man. Caleb's a really good basketball
Yeah.
player.
All right, the Jonathan Frazier. Shout out my dog Boston, my man Big Boston. Big Boston sent through $9.99 and said, "I disagree with Penn/Mars's logic. If you draft a player at 5 that pans out to be better than picks 1 through 4, that doesn't mean the picks 1 through 4 are lower or worse than pick 5. Pick 5 maybe didn't fit the system of the teams at 1 through 4.
Oh my
I think
god.
that's fair. I think that's fair.
The gap between Marvin Williams and Chris Paul is not like, oh, it didn't fit the system. These are just drastically different players, and it was obvious in college, and you projected upside, and it didn't happen. Okay.
But I think he's talking about this draft in particular because
Well-
it was Chill's Caleb Wilson thing, which I
Okay.
think is fair.
No, that's fair. And is it fair to say right now that Caleb Wilson is the rawest of the 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
By
And he's
far,
the
right?
youngest.
Easily, I think. Yeah.
Right. So, you know, his game, if it fills out, if let's just say this is 20% of Caleb Wilson versus 35% of AJ DeBonsa, yeah, there's a chance that if both players hit 97%, he's a little bit better. But you're projecting a lot. But if you know right now that he's the best player, I think none of these teams were in a position that they have to win now, and you can be patient. If you think he's the best player, you should pick him number 1. That's it.
All right, Mad Max Sports sent through $4.99 and said, "Drench was so wrong about Minnesota yesterday. How y'all let him yap? Ant has been involved in every move made or not made."
That's not true. Actually, Drench was right.
Damn,
Oh,
you're
sure.
cooking, Max.
Yeah, like
I wasn't really paying attention to that segment. I left. So it was Julius Randle defending. So I was like,
like he's not all the way right, but he is right that Anthony Edwards has been a little dissatisfied with a couple of moves that the Minnesota Timberwolves have made. Apparently, was not super happy about letting Karl-Anthony Towns go, and I'm sure that he's not super happy watching Karl-Anthony Towns win a championship. So yeah, like there's actual like. And by the way, I want to let you know, Anthony Edwards' favorite player is Kevin Durant. So loyalty is not necessarily in the DNA here, okay? This guy might be for the streets. I'm gonna let you know he's eyeing 17 different teams right now.
I mean, based on baby mama history too, you know. But Edu sent through €5.99.
Yep.
Yeah.
Edu said Wemby, Dylan Harper, Steph Castle, Carter Bryant, Devin Vassell, Jaden Quaintance, Core. All right, someone needs to nerf the Spurs. OKC, Spurs, Hornets, Lakers won the draft. Dub Yaxel, ring number 5.
There's no ring in your future with Yaxel and
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they're far away.
I hope Quaintance works out, not just because he's on the Spurs, because I don't want injuries to derail anyone's career. Right. So I just hope I hope he's healthy, and then whatever happens, we live with the results. I just hope he's healthy.
Yeah.
Luke TX35 said, I told you all about Dalen back in January. He's such a beast. Interesting fit in Chicago, though. Also, pretty content with my team taking Mara and Stirtz.
You should be more than content.
Rich get richer, yeah.
I do remember him talking about Dalen, and I remember I didn't know who he was, and none of us, like, it was really kind of like, we don't.
Yeah,
really
I wasn't.
That's pretty impressive because Ron doesn't know what he ate this morning, so that's pretty impressive. He can recall some shit.
You have any idea what you ate for breakfast this morning, Ron? What did you eat this morning for breakfast?
I didn't eat breakfast. I'm gonna
allegedly.
I'm on a cleanse right now, so I'm, you know.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that's real healthy, Ron. Not eating anything. That's great, Ron. That's great.
That's kind of what a cleanse is.
No, that's not what a fucking cleanse is, Ron. You
all right.
Oh my God.
I gotta run, y'all. See you tomorrow.
Same dash.
All right,
you, brother.
Yeah.
Delta Meta Gems said Caleb reminds me of smart Josh Smith.
Damn, Josh Smith strays in 2026. Yeah, I get it.
He's already got a more refined mid-range, mid-post game than Josh Smith had, like already. So
Bears.
That's the thing right there. But yeah, the smart part is huge. Like the feel for the game, big difference between him and most other athletic freaks.
He's got like that unquantifiable like killer mentality. Like he's tough. Sometimes you see with guys who are like a little bit frail. Are they tough? Like, do they like contact? Do you knock him down once? Does a senior knock him on his ass once, and then he doesn't go into the paint again? Caleb Wilson will come back into the paint over and over and over. And you try to slam it on you, and he's snarling at you, and he's trying to pick up full court. Like he may never be Kevin Garnett. And in fact, I'm willing to put it into writing. He's never going to be Kevin Garnett, but he is very, very deeply inspired by the play style of Kevin Garnett.
All right, Tall Up 340 sent through $9.99 and said Kareem Lopez. Remember the name. Memphis got one of them ones. Hey, if you know, you know.
They did get one of them ones. They got Kambuza, but
if you know, you know. All right, they got two of them twos. Two of them ones, actually. They got two of them ones.
Yeah, I need Jar traded just so we can get our number 12 back. But we work with Jar too. We just gotta get our jersey.
Is that your FC this year? Mars?
Kambuza?
We?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm about to be watching Memphis games now. So
yeah.
All right. The next super chat we got is from Father Time. Father Time said, Yo, Mars, why does the viewership / popularity just completely dump on every other sport? And he's talking about soccer. Like it doesn't even seem close.
It's not close.
The history of the sport, like the fact that it's been around for nearly 200 years at this point. Like formally, obviously, like historically, people have been kicking stuff for centuries. How easy it is to access for everyone. Like a lot of sports, you need some level of equipment. You don't even need a ball to play football for real. You get a sock and ball it up, and then you're playing football with a sock. So the level of accessibility, those will probably be the two biggest ones. And then also, I think probably just is the best sport to play at least. Anyway, I don't know.
I grew up with a dad who like prioritize football over basketball. And I just want to say, like, I've thought about this a lot, especially in light of Ron saying the crazy shit that he said, like, you know, that basketball is going to be more popular than football. It will never be more popular.
I'll walk that back, by the way.
Thank you.
I simply said it's more entertaining.
Okay, got you. So I disagree with that too, by the way, which is crazy because I don't even play. I'm terrible at soccer. Every time I played soccer, I got cut from every single team I tried out for. I've been booed. You know, they tried to bench me and then tell me never to come back. I'm a terrible soccer player, and I was a much better basketball player. But I'll just say this: soccer is not a sport. It is an institution. It is not a sport. In the way that people consume it, is not a sport. Basketball is still a sport. It's a religion in certain segments. Basketball is like religion in like New York City. Basketball is religion in Lithuania. Basketball is religion. Soccer has that level of popularity worldwide. So basically, if everybody in the world cared as much about basketball as New York City does, then basketball can pass. You get what I'm saying? Basketball is English and soccer is English, basketball is Spanish. That's it.
Okay. Alan L. sent through $4.99 and said, honestly, DeAndre Ayton wasn't terrible last year.
Yes,
He wasn't amazing or anything, but for 11 mil, it wasn't as bad as y'all make it seem.
Actually, 8 million, but
it was worse.
Yeah, yes, he was.
I'm with Alan. I personally think you guys are overblowing DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton was DeAndre Ayton to me. Like, I wasn't like, oh my god, DeAndre Ayton, how are you doing this? It was DeAndre Ayton was DeAndre Ayton. He was about what he was in Portland. He was DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
I thought he was in Portland. So
all right, Buzz Trophy sent through $5 and said, all the Fox haters better keep that same energy for Austin Reaves. Lakers are cooked. They not winning for the next 10 years.
You know, when Austin Reaves can't make it open 3-pointer.
Well, 45 million isn't projecting.
Well, the contract is,
but you know,
and the contract is front loaded. I mean, it's back loaded. Like it's 41 in the first year, like 43 in the second year. Like the bigger part of the contract is at the end. It's back loaded.
Trent sent through $5 and said, it's time for me to buy this Kings. I wasn't expecting OKC to pick up a day and Dallas too. Picking up Johnson was completely left field.
That was my biggest surprise of the draft my biggest surprise was the Grizzlies trading back a million times and then taking Craig Lopez. But reading Grizzlies draft Twitter, it turns out Zach Kleiman had already gone out to go watch Kareem Lopez playing over there in Australia. So they've obviously had their eyes on him for a while. So hearing that, okay, it's a bit less of a surprise. Morez Johnson was definitely my biggest surprise in the lottery, at least. I didn't expect that at 9.
Yep.
Nims gassed up, said Bennett Stirtz shot 49 on catch and shoot threes. Very good processor. And the most important thing to me is how durable he is. Didn't miss a game in college.
Love that. I love hearing shit like that. You know what that means? That means we could depend. That guy's dependable. Yes, I love that.
You've never seen a guy more mad to go to the bench in your life. Like
his 2 years, he played 39.4 minutes a game and then 37.6.
So he one of them dudes. Don't take me out the game.
He never left the game. Yeah,
he never left the game. Don't take me out. I love that. Absolutely love that, Ron. Yes, sir.
Control freak.
Edu sent through another super chat and said, a source saying the only players in the draft the Warriors had above Yaxel was Cam Boozer. My franchise is cooked.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That's smart. Your franchise is absolutely cooked. If Yaxel Lindenberg was number 2 on your board is the stupidest board in the history of the world. You could literally enter it. I'm done.
Yeah, but you know, all that matters is that they have the right person at number 1.
All right. Sackle Dub said, so the Mavs are stupid for being too smart for themselves, and the Warriors are stupid for being non-innovative. Nice.
That's intellectual curiosity mixed with nuance. Congratulations. Yep.
I don't think the Mavs are stupid. Just surprising.
OG Team sent through $5 and said, compare the 2018 draft to 2003 draft. Which is more talented and deeper?
More talented.
Well,
so
Ron, Wade, Melo, Bosch, I guess, is like the big 4 in 03. And then you got Lucas, Shea, Brunson, Trey.
Yep, Trey. Mm-hmm.
Then like going beyond that, you get like a Jaren Jackson,
MPJ.
MPJ, Mitchell Robinson was in that draft.
Colin
I would say
Sexton.
2018 is probably deeper from like first instinct. Like, I might be forgetting some
Colin
major
Sexton,
names in
Miles
03.
Bridges
Kirk
was in
Heinrich
too.
in 2000. In
Kirk
2003.
Heinrich was 03. Kyle Korver was 03. I know
TJ
that.
Ford was 03, and although his
Vincenzo
career
was in
was
that
shortened a
draft.
little
Mikal
bit,
Bridges in 2018
TJ
too.
wasn't
Chris
great.
Kaman. If you're gonna bring up Mitchell Robinson, I'll give you Chris Kaman is better. Straight up.
Okay, yeah, Chris Kaman. But Mitch Robinson was the second round pick, to be fair. It's
Nick
just like-
Collison.
Robbie Williams was in that draft too.
Wendell Carter
Robert
Jr.,
Williams
Colin
was in that
Sexton,
draft.
Mikal Bridges, Miles
Vincenzo
Bridges,
was in that draft.
Maybe more talented.
Kevin
maybe,
Herter,
maybe
Grayson
that's-
Allen,
Okay, Kevin Herter, I guess.
Anthony Simons, Landry Shamet,
Yeah, I would say
Robert
18
Williams.
I would say 18 is deeper, but 03 has the top end talent.
I can get with that.
18 is quickly starting to become one of them drafts for me. The more and more that Luka keeps, like if Luka goes ahead and grabs a ring,
It's starting to
18 might really jump to like
Top five round.
it might be that draft for me.
Okay, I think y'all are forgetting some guys from the 2003 draft: David West, Kyle Korver, Boris Diaw, Kirk Heinrich, Josh Howard, Matt Bonner, Leandro Barbosa, Carlos Delfino, Luke Ridnour, Mo Williams, Carlos Delfino. As I mentioned, TJ Ford. Mikal Petras had a cup of tea in the NBA where he looked kind of cool, for a bit. And our GOAT, of course, Kendrick Perkins. He was in that draft. You can't forget Kendrick Perkins.
He was. He was in that draft.
Right? And, I mean, that was a damn good draft, man.
2003 is definitely
Zaza
crazy.
Pachulia, who changed the complete course of NBA history.
What you got, Ron?
All right, I got a member by the name of Rockout Deuce. Shout out my dog Deuce. Appreciate you for joining up again. If you're not a member, once again, join up as a member and enjoy all the perks that come with being a member. Joseph Washington sent through a members chat and said, here's the whole quote. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of none.
Master of one, Ron.
Master of one.
My bad.
I can agree. Oftentimes I don't know, but I can agree with that. But a jack of all trades normally means you're like good at everything, not you're okay at everything and good at nothing. And that's what Kareem Lopez is. Respectfully, in my opinion.
Yeah, you need to have like one thing or two things that you can do to get yourself on the court to be productive.
What about just being a good basketball player? Maybe that just gets you on the court. I'm just a good player.
I don't know.
That's a platitude. That doesn't work. Like
okay.
And again, we're talking about
so being versatile. The guy that stands on scalability. Now all of a sudden, if you have traits that make you scalable, it doesn't work.
But if you're good at nothing, you can't scale.
I'm actually good at it. I'm going to pull a name. I'm going to pull a name from the 2003 draft, and I think Chill, you might remember this guy. You remember Reese Gaines?
Reese Gaines. What is that name? With the Louisville, yes.
Example of this. That's the example. David Johnson, another Louisville guy. This archetype, this I don't know how to you have to work around a star. Yeah. So I don't give a shit that you were a pseudo, terrible star in the NBL. What I want to know is what can you do for my star? What can you do for Ja? What can you do for Cam Boozer? What can you do for these guys? And if you can't do anything for these guys, well, now why are you on the court? So, you need to be a stopper. You need to be a 3-point shooter. That gets you on the court. We can build up your other stuff afterwards. It's like the same thing with Carter Bryant. He's a lockdown, athletic tool defender.
Kareem better than Carter Bryant.
Oh, get out of here, man. Okay, cool.
We got a members chat from Nate. Nate said the real question is, what's the ceiling for Toby Okawa? I see him.
Awaka, get right, Awaka. Yeah.
For Toby Awaka, I see him as a Jordan/LeBron hybrid, and he should have been the first pick. He's an obvious lock for Rookie of the Year.
How many of you guys weren't locked in? And then when Adam Silver said Anisette, you panicked. Me personally, I knew AJ's first name, but I have a feeling there was more than a handful of people who heard the name Anisette and thought Anthony Bennett Part 2 was happening.
I had no clue that was his first name, but I figured it was him. No, just based on
AJ stands for Anisette Jr.
Yeah.
That is that. Yes. So legitimately, I think a lot of people, Joe, when you said Toby Awaka, I think people thought that you were crazy, that you didn't, that you
No,
just
he
made
plays for
up.
Arizona.
He literally
yeah.
plays for. He's in this draft. So legitimately, like if you were the general manager of the team you were drafting for, and you called Adam Silver and you fucked this up, they're actually giving you Toby Awaka because he's a real player. That's the crazy thing. A lot of people thought that you just misspoke on Koa Pete. No, it's a legit player in this draft. And no, he's not.
I could have gone number 1. Yeah,
he might not get drafted, bro. He's not going to get drafted.
yeah, but could have gone number 1 because he was eligible for the draft. So no, could have.
Hey man, 6'8", 6'8". You know, barely. He better than Kareem Lopez right now. I'll tell you that. Get out of here.
Hey, I mean, if he's a Jordan and LeBron hybrid, you know, and if he's Rookie of the Year favorite, you know,
I think we're giving this Nate X thing way too much glaze. Super corny, as you were saying, Ron. Super corny.
Adam West the Bandit sent through a members chat and said, Wizards FC, we up, baby. Nuggets versus Wizards final loading. You heard it here first. L Lakers, L Ron, stay on that side. Hey, Pin, your hat is brown.
My hat is brown, but your brain is
blue, actually, when it's in his head.
Assuming Anthony Davis is on the team next year, which I still think is a bold assumption because we don't know. They have an interesting roster that I think could do some things.
I got them making the playoffs, Moss. I do. I got them making the playoffs.
Through the play-in or
no? I got them as a bona fide playoff team. Yes, I do. I have them as a bona fide playoff team. Mm-hmm. And we can talk about this some other time.
This probably gonna be when we do the 30 teams in 30 days.
I got my comeback. I know it's not as impactful if I do it a minute later because I had to Google what color a brain turns when it doesn't work right. But if my hat is brown, your brain is red. There we go.
Oh, burn!
Shout out all the red brains. Shout out all the people in the chat with red brains. Bubba G Cuts said, Dub show, nobody doing it like PC. I agree, man. I agree, dog. I agree with you. Shout out Bubba G Cuts, man. Everybody spam Dub Bubba G in the chat. Gabe Too Funny sent through a members chat and said Malik Thomas and Isaiah Evans snubbed.
I didn't expect Isaiah Evans to go first round.
Neither did I.
I don't think he's a first round
Malik Thomas. Yeah, Malik Thomas. I guess maybe.
I'm surprised Andre Visar didn't go first round. I thought
that's who to me surprised me. Yeah, I thought he was gonna go first round.
But he'll be one of the first 3 names off the board tonight.
I'm hoping Memphis get him, but I heard that Memphis are looking to trade their 32nd pick. But I want them to take Henri. I think they need a backup center person.
Yeah, this draft gets sparse after 38. Bad. It gets so bad fast. We might be taking Toby Awaka 50, bro.
Shout out Toby.
Is that who the Raptors pick? 50?
Yeah. It's gonna be terrible. Bloodbath.
Yeah, shout out Isaiah Evans. You had a fly ass suit on yesterday. Was digging the pinstripes, but he should have went back to school. I think.
Was he in the green room?
They invited
to the green room. Yeah.
Yo, man, I got a little bit of flashes of like
Isaiah his ass back to school.
I got flashes of Rashard Lewis with that one because Rashard Lewis is another guy who was in the green room and had to wait a long ass time.
He was in tears.
Oh yeah, because you lose so much money. Chill.
Yeah.
I get a team taking Isaiah because he does shoot the ball well and he did improve as a 2-point scorer this past year. But like overall, he's still not someone you rely on with the ball in their hands like at all. And he's not the level of shooter that I think justifies that while not being like the greatest on defense. Like he's too limited, I think. And he's like, you're talking about Phylon's weight. Isaiah Evans like 6'5", 150. Like
that's
but he thinks he's the best shooter in the world, and he plays like it.
Oh, so. He ain't saying the shot he don't like. That's for sure.
W confidence, man. Confidence is a big thing for a shooter. But he got bad advice. He should have gone back to school for sure. He cost himself millions of dollars here.
All right, Super Duper DB Goat said the guard the Mavs drafted. How good do y'all think he could be? Also, does Coop take that next step and have us in at least the play-in with Kyrie?
Well, they ain't drafted him and traded for him. So the Knicks ended up.
Yeah, well, he was drafted for the Mavs on their behalf by the other team, the Knicks or whoever.
Yeah. We talked about Sergio De La Reyes.
We did. We already talked about
quite a bit. So that.
Do you guys think Coop does summer league or no? I'm saying no.
Hell no.
Why? See, that's the problem, Ron. Why?
Why not? No, chill. I'm not chill. You're not, he didn't ask us, will he play?
Yeah.
He said, or should he play? He said, will he play? He
probably
should play,
won't.
yes.
No.
Will he
Why
play?
should
No
he
way.
play? No, he
Why
shouldn't.
should-
He's a
to
million
who?
times better than
to play.
First
To
of
who?
all, nobody
play.
who is as good as Cooper Flagg or Dylan Harper should ever play summer league. Not a lick of minutes. That is not real basketball. First
Yes,
of all,
it
it
is.
is prove it
Well,
basketball. No, it is.
LeBron played some of
Oh my God, no! Play in a local like men's league. Fuck, like play your pro-am. Like no, not
right, Ron.
a men's league. Play in a pro-am. Okay, if you want to
That's
just
what the summer league is. It's a pro-am.
there's no reason to do this, guys. Chill. Guys are trying to earn contracts in summer league. I'm not trying to get somebody who's trying to foul Cooper Flagg or block
That's
him.
not what's going on.
It's
And that
just
run
this.
is good.
You don't get any better by doing this. I promise you.
Yes, you
You're
do.
not. No,
you do,
you
man.
don't. You do not. Cooper Flagg is not going to get better playing against Toby Awaka. I'm sorry, it ain't fucking happening. He's better than him, and he don't need to play those minutes.
But he's
And
gonna get
I would
better
rather
playing
he
in
be
the
in.
Drew League.
Look,
Is that
man,
what
chill.
you're
I
saying? He's
talk
gonna
to
get
a lot
better
of
playing in the
trainers.
damn Drew League?
Trainers who have clients who are not as good as Cooper Flagg, but like legit, like NBA rotation guys. They hate when teams ask for summer league because it fucks up the development. If it messes up the entire training schedule this summer. Like these guys they get reps, they get scrimmages. You don't need summer league. It's not good basketball. It's trash basketball.
I disagree with you.
All right, well, all the kids out there, remember, go play in the rec league. Don't play in the summer league. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Round 2 of the draft is tonight. Tap in. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about the teams that ultimately won the draft and the teams that ultimately sabotaged themselves. We'll be
Later.
back same time, same
Merry
place.
Christmas.
See y'all soon.
Later.